Whoa. Whoa, man. Whoa. That's a double rainbow. Whoa. Let me see what's going on here. Something's fucked up with this camera. Not really sure what it could be. There we go. Something got mucked up on my camera. You gotta love the... I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was fucking odd. All right, let me see if this is working. Check, 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 check. That's working. Let me get this working. That's working. Wow, that was bizarre. What the fuck's wrong with my fucking camera? Jesus. It's fucking weird. Like I almost think I should clean it up a bit. This camera, fucking fuck. Let's do it like this. Clean it all off there. And a little dry clean. There we go. Oh fuck! That's the most I cleaned all week. Hey, how are you, everybody? Well, that was weird. Oh, wait, let me put a bunch of L's in the chat so I can go along with the children. L. There you go. Look at all those L's. I love that we're all spreading love in my chat. All you need is love. I hate this introducing the new notes tab that StreamYard did to me today. I don't need this fucking thing here. I don't know how to get it. I don't know how to get it off, Edith. How do I get this fucking thing off? I don't want it. Fucking get rid of it. I don't want it. Fuck. It's just fucking... I hate when these companies do this to just add something that you don't want and you can't get rid of it. Who are these people? Fucking hell. I don't want it. YouTube's terms of service. I can't even get rid of it. Just for all you people at home, there's this like purple strip going across the top of the screen of StreamYard. And I don't want it there. Announcement. Introducing the Notes tab. I don't want the fucking Notes tab. How do I get rid of this fucking thing? Layouts. Fucking hotkeys. Camera. Visual effects. Fuck me, man. What is this thing here? I don't want to leave studio. Fuck it. Fucking Notes tab. I don't fucking know.
Welcome to Dabbleverse Live. I'm Karl. I'm joined by Blind Mike. On today's show, Tom Myers thinks he's hot. Transverse hosts the hottest Dabbleverse girl competition. Stuttering John threatens a restraining order against Shuli. Anthony Cumia has predictions on John leaving the internet. Aaron Imholte declares victory over This Little Piggy and yours truly. Tookie calls Rodney's to get ticket sale information. Stuttering John takes on Grillo and Rob Saul and more. But first, you know how we start off this show. It's with banter.
Here come the guys with the banter. One's got frosted tips, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter. The other can't see shit, yeah. Here come the guys with the banter.
So, Mike, I don't know if you caught WATP yesterday, but I had Earl Skakel on my show.
Ooh.
Earl has not been on the show before, but I met him at the first Hackamania. He performed there.
Has he never? I feel like he's popped up in the Dabbleverse before for some reason.
Yeah. Well, he's on MLC from time to time, and I see him on some other shows. He definitely pays attention, which is cool. And in fact, he DM'd me after we were watching the Golden Hour. I think it was the one they were live in Austin.
Oh.
And, Brendan is waxing poetic about the days when they were at the Comedy Store together, and it was the greatest era the Comedy Store's ever seen.
Oh, you mean today on The Fighter and the Kid?
Did he do that again?
He does it like every week, yeah.
I know. It's so ridiculous. So Earl has been, at the Comedy Store for decades, and he's just like, I'd like to clarify some of the things that these guys are saying. So I had him on the show, and it was interesting to hear his take on, Brendan Schaub. He goes, Brendan, there were some killers for sure during that era. Big names performing regularly and crushing it. He goes, it wouldn't be surprising to see, Bill Burr and Whitney Cummings and Joe Rogan, and, they're all there doing sets.
Sure.
Because Brendan Schaub never put any work into it at all. Never tried to work out material. Was never at an open mic. He goes, I've seen Bill Burr at open mics. Brendan Schaub never attended an open mic, never did anything to get better at his craft.
That was one of the most enraging things about Brendan was that he remembered, and I'm thinking of a specific quote that I'm paraphrasing, but he would say things like, he's like, well, Bill Burr and Louis didn't get good until they were in their 40s. Like as a defense of why he's not good yet. And Bill Burr and Louis C.K. weren't terrible. They weren't mocked when they were 32. That's not.
But it's not like turning 40 that makes you funny. It's all the reps leading up to that.
Right. Yeah, exactly. He thinks he would use these things as excuses, and it caused him not to work hard at it. And I think people smelled that. Have people been too hard on Brendan Schaub? Probably. But it's easy to say that with hindsight, where now he's like, yeah, I don't get it. I was trying I wasn't a comedian. I was a fighter. But why were people so mean? Because at that time he was saying he's a legend. He's like, me and Joey Diaz were killing at the store together. It's like, well, one of those might have been true.
And he still says that to this day. He was just a peer with those guys.
Yeah.
He was just one of them. And of course he did.
And what's even D'Elia gets a lot of shit. I've heard D'Elia did kill. People didn't necessarily want to follow D'Elia because
I talked to Earl about that.
Yeah.
He said that D'Elia was the best.
He's not my cup of tea, but he was, and I even thought this because I thought about reviewing his special, and then I watched a couple clips, and I was like, "There's he's an actual comedian." Say what you want about him, he is a comedian, and that's the big difference. You can mock Chris D'Elia, and there's plenty there to mock, but he is a comedian, and Brendan just never was.
Right. So what Earl said was, if you enjoy the band Kiss, it's because of the stage performance. Right. It's not because their songs are great. So Chris D'Elia is the same thing. He was a great performer. You get up on stage and just throw a lot out there and a lot at you, and people loved it. And he definitely owned the room when he'd perform. Right. And then talking about Bryan Callen, I guess Earl's not a fan personally of Bryan Callen. They were friendly for some time, but Bryan was a bit of a sleazeball in Earl Skakel's eyes.
He seems like he's been humbled. I was just watching a clip today where I was being serious that Brendan was waxing poetic about the old days, talking about, oh man, all the guests we used to have on. And there's a lull, and Callen just sighs. Brendan goes, what's wrong? And he goes, "It's tough thinking about those days."
Oh man. So I sent you the timestamp of Bryan Callen complaining about people mocking his current special.
Yes.
Because obviously you and Craig did that, and I enjoyed it very much. And it was very interesting. I don't know if you watched how that played out. I played it with Earl yesterday on the show, but it starts with Bryan going, "Oh, what am I, the worst person in the world? All of a sudden, everyone hates my guts. You know, I hate my special more than you do. I'm very critical of my stuff." And it's like, well, first off, that's not a ringing endorsement for your special. Then why did you put it out if you hate it so much?
And that's not true. He's talking about how proud he was of it when it was released and how it's his deepest special yet. And it's really going to make people think. Like, he was framing it in this way. Like, it was great, what you should if you're promoting a special. But
right. And he even said, while he's trying to be self-deprecating, he even says, he's like, "I'm good at comedy. I don't know why people are making fun of me for comedy. This is the thing I'm good at." You're like, all right, well, which is it? And
one of the great links between, go to any pocket of the internet, any subreddit of the people we're talking about today, all have this in common. Bryan Callen and Brendan Schaub, I'm sure outside of like comedy and podcasting it exists, they all have this trait where they'll respond to like the hate they get and the people making fun of them. "What am I, the worst person in the world?" No, I've never said that. Some lady has accused Bryan of that, but I haven't.
Sure, yeah.
He seems fine to me.
So I guess I should just off myself. Would that make you happy? Like Aaron Nimmo does that all the time. "Oh, you're trying to run me off the internet? Oh, you're trying to get me to end my show?" It's like, no, not at all. Please,
of course not.
Continue on. Yeah.
You enjoy it.
Just observing from over here. Don't worry about us. Don't even pay attention. It's fine. But what's really interesting about the back and forth is that Bryan comes on. For some reason, he Googled himself. He's reading all these negative comments. And Nick Simmons, who's like the third mic on that show now.
Yeah.
Nick goes, I mean, some of these guys are funny, you know. They rib you a little bit. It's kind of funny. And then all of a sudden, like, Bryan snapped out of it. And he remembered, like, "Oh, yeah, so to lean into it. Fuck." And him and Brendan just like, "Yeah, I mean, they're kind of funny. You know, they get some good shots in."
Nick Simmons, it seems like that has been his job. He has tried his best, and he's doing a good job at it from there. I'd like him to go a little harder. But, like, from their perspective, I think he's doing it right, where he's gently nudging them into trying to joke around. And, like, he even there was one week where he presented them posts from Reddit, and I'm sure it was the more mild posts of the week. But, like, he is trying. He's like, "Guys, there's a path to being unhateable." And they're like, "I don't know. Should we take it?"
Yes. Yeah, he is the balance they probably need on that show, which is why they brought him in.
Yeah.
But it's too little too late. That show is dead in the water. The numbers they're doing on there and just the content, it's brutal.
Well, what's weird, I plan on talking about this on Sunday, but last Sunday, I talked about Brendan just digging into Callen.
I saw that.
And being like, "The show's done. We don't."
Yep. I got to tell Bryan we're going to go on to 1 day a week, and he's phoning it in. It sucks.
And then Monday comes, as I predicted. He goes, "Hey, what's going on, buddy? Ready for another week?" It's the craziest dynamic that they don't talk this out.
Well, you'll probably play this on Blind Mike Project this Sunday. Yeah. But I played a clip on WTP yesterday where Bryan was off for an episode. He was out in Florida. He comes back. And the first things out of his mouth is like, "I am so excited to be here. I can't wait to shoot the shit with you guys." You're like, all right, he got the memo.
But and there's this weird passive aggressive thing where Brendan's like, "Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while." Bryan was on last week.
Right. He missed one episode. Yeah. Right. I know. It's really weird. The other thing I want to talk to you about, and that's obviously the world of comedy, a thing that you know very well, but you're also well versed in this verse, the Dabbleverse. And of course, the big news, and I'm sure it'll be another John heavy episode today, because the big news is that Stuttering John is leaving. He's leaving the internet. He's leaving the Dabbleverse. He's leaving his show. Today, in fact, I don't mind advertising this because people want to leave here and tune into John's show at 5 p. Eastern. You'll be bored out of your mind, because actually watching a John stream is very boring. But he's going to start his final show today at 5. He claims it's going to go 5 hours. He'll be done around 10 or so. And what is your take on this? He's obviously threatened leaving a lot. He has left for some time in the past. What do you think is going to happen this time?
I've stopped having a take on He'll be back.
I know.
I don't know if it's going to be next week or next month or next year, but he'll be back. It's tough. But I guess the question is, I think the question you're really asking is Is he going to be gone for 1 day or 8 months again? And
Right.
I don't know, because usually when he does this, oh, it's my last show, I'm going to do a long stream. I guess he does live up to that promise, at least when he does the long 5-hour goodbyes, right? He only does that when he actually leaves for a little while.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yep.
So if he does that today, then maybe he is thinking about taking, I don't know why 8 months is always the number, but maybe he is planning on taking an 8-month break or a month-long break. But he'll obviously be back. There's just why bother?
We're going to listen to Anthony Cumia's take on it in a little while on the show. I think that John is childlike in the way that he isn't worried about his future. He's never thinking about, well, geez, if I'm not working now, I won't get that YouTube paycheck in May. So as long as, I guess, he will get the one in May. I'm sorry. So if he gets a ton of super chats in, he did 2 streams yesterday, before his date and after his date. He's going to do a long stream tonight. So he's going to have a big paycheck on May 21st.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm set. Look at all this money I just got May 21st. And then it might not be until June something that he goes, oh, fuck, there's no more money coming in. I got to do something about this.
Yeah, but I guess you could say we probably said that when he left last year,
Well, the last time he left, he got the gig teaching.
Oh, is that right? Was he teaching last time?
He was teaching again. Yes. Now,
keep track.
I know. Well, he was at an ad agency and,
Yeah.
But John claims that he has a job, but he's wildly unemployable at this point. Like anyone who does a background check on this guy, he's threatening DoorDash drivers with violence. If there's any HR person worth their salt is going to do a quick Google search on this guy.
I knew you would, but I was sad you played the 911 call yesterday, just because I was like, that's good stuff. I'd like to talk.
Oh, you wanted that? Yeah. I mean, obviously,
you had to get to it.
Vince and Judy beat me to it, but yeah, wasn't that amazing? Like
the fact that he said, I used to work for the Howard Stern
and
show.
Jay Leno. Yeah. But my favorite John is the one that doesn't think he's performing for a camera.
Right.
That's why John IRL would be so amazing if we could just put cameras in his house and just watch him in his natural habitat. I mean, I think it would make a fortune.
Yeah.
And the him calling this dispatcher who he thinks is a cop and he's dropping other officers' names. Oh, I loved it so much.
The only other possibility that popped into my head while you were talking was maybe something to do with your lawsuit or the threat of Anthony's lawsuit or the threat of Shuli's law or maybe these lawsuits are getting to him and he's like, I don't want to be harassed about it every day on air, but I don't know that he thinks like that necessarily.
There could be something to that. I think that as he's seeing, for a while, he was feeling very good about the lawsuit against Shuli and me, this right of publicity New York State suit. And more people that he talks to, the more people are telling him like, yeah, you don't have a chance at winning this. And, he's even talking about appealing it already. It's like, hasn't even been settled yet. You're already talking about appealing it? What the fuck? There might be something to the fact that like he was talking so much shit. He is nervous about the blowback when this thing gets thrown out, or maybe we get sanctions on him for our anti-slap motion. I think he's worried about that. I don't know. You could be onto something, but this Anthony suit is definitely going to happen. I've talked to Anthony directly about it. He's explained exactly what he's doing. He's definitely going to sue John.
Well, it's exciting.
It actually is kind of exciting.
That'll be a lawsuit you can talk about too, so that'll be fun.
I know, Mike, that's what I'm excited about. Lawsuits I'm able to talk about. I hate my lawsuit. I'm not allowed to talk about it at all.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about my lawsuit, you can go to supertip.gg/WATP. That's a great place to support the show and participate. We have almost 1,200 people watching live. We appreciate you all being here, checking in on the latest news in the Dabbleverse. And if you want to be cool like Mike Dead's cat Oreo, you can do that.
No, Oreo.
He gives us $10. I'm sorry, Mike. And it says, fan, hey, Mike, I'm a Patreon member, but I'd also like to show you my appreciation for your content and have a bit of parasocial interaction. Here's a $5. Mike, fuck you. Stay in the poor chat.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate Oreo paying me back for trying to save his life.
Labyrinth Mystic coming in.
I'm more excited about getting on the All Apologies podcast poker night than John leaving again. One too many, John. Maybe I'll watch a clip. Maybe I'll just watch the TSN compilation of John quieting.
Labyrinth Mystic, have you been invited to play on the big poker show? Very exciting.
Who hasn't?
Hunter Duke coming in. That's true. Who hasn't? Hunter Duke.
Hey, Karl, John owned you about your band. Moonhead Uppercut, No Shoulder Chris, Captain Awesome, and that smoking hot go-go dancer Lucy dressing up the same and having fun. What losers.
I really can't wait for John to be begging like the toe for the lawyer goal for the summer.
Yeah, I'll get into that. But yes, Mike actually pulled the clip of John making fun of the Isotopes from yesterday. So
He's got a lot for you to address.
yes, I'll get into that. Mike from New York, my man, Karl and the H-Man, a Thursday tradition.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I know. You're the H of the BTH. Is that what he's
I always forget.
referring to? I know. I was confused for a second, too. At Dabble Tim, $2, just saying hi to Lady K and Lady H. So long, Stunt Joe.
Hello.
Well, that's
buddy.
really sticking.
It seems so.
Count of 3, everybody OD. Did you call Whitney Cummings and Rogan killers? LOL. I didn't call them killers. I was just saying that there was a
Big
time
name.
when very famous people were showing up quite often at the Comedy Store if you were hanging out there. I mean, that's always been the case, but
Yeah.
that was one of the golden eras, right?
Yeah. I would say like 70s, 80s. And then it kind of had a resurgence in the, like after the Mencia stuff or after like Rogan came back.
Right. Yeah. Dan Varney gifting 5 memberships. Varney Army in the house. Thank you for doing that, sir. If you've been gifted a membership, you can find all the old bonus shows under the post tab. I've been doing them members only recently, so you'll see those as well. Tookie's unpaid staff. Happy John's once again last day. Yes, happy John's once again last day to you.
It's a quarterly celebration.
Seems like it, right?
Yeah.
Bacon Bits. Yes, he'll be back in under 2 weeks, but I bought beer, baked a cake, and other goodies for tonight's goodbye celebration, so it will be a big letdown.
It's fun. It's nice to have holiday because I'm not a birthday guy, and then people,
Me neither.
A lot of people say me neither. But you know what? It's nice to get together, have an excuse, and we all get together. We can all celebrate tonight. It'll be nice.
I agree. I'm here for it. I'm excited. I think John's going to get very drunk. I'm predicting the over-under on beers he drinks is 10. I'm predicting it will be the over.
Yes. You'll have to monitor that yourself, though. I don't know that he'll give you the correct number.
No, he will not. That's true. Fortunately, though, he cracks every beer live on air, so we can be able to count it by the cracks.
Good.
I'm sure Grok will let me know. Dr. Hamad, FSJ, member for 20 months, says, hello from Saudi Arabia. Blind Mike, will you come to the next Riyadh Comedy Festival? We can all go out with Bill Burr to Chili's.
Absolutely. All my heroes will be there. It'll be fun.
I would go to that. It looks like a fun show.
Yeah.
Dave DeDor says both times he came back in 8 months was because YouTube was going to monetize his channel. That's right. Thank you, Dave DeDors. There is a thing where it's like 9 months or something. They just demonetize your channel and decide that you're done. So that could be what that is.
How strange that he comes back like full time, though.
Well, right. Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a good point. Although
Well, I have to be back forever again.
I will say the last time he did it, he did like do a couple of streams where he just sat there and didn't do anything and the camera wasn't on and there was a chat going. There were a couple times he went live. So
A genius content creator.
Dr. Hamad just gifted 5. Who are these podcast memberships? Thank you, Dr. Hamad. Very generous of you. Count of 3, everybody OD. Hopefully last day. So y'all revisit Stephanie Miller. Oh yeah, we got some more Stephanie Miller to get to. Dan Varney with another 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dan Varney. Much appreciated. Brando with $1. Thank you, Brando. Let's get into it. We have much to discuss. Starting with, did you see, the Transverse network on YouTube? They had the hottest guys in the Dabbleverse competition.
No, I heard
a
you
month or
mention
2 ago.
in the intro. I'm not aware of this.
Well, they just a week ago, they just had their hottest girls in the Dabbleverse competition.
Okay.
So that was actually 1 week ago, and they had their hottest girls. It was okay. Here's the list of the top 10 that they were judging. It was DJ Electrify.
Nice. She made the list.
Yeah. She made it in there. They found an actual photo of her that they included in it.
Oh, okay.
Very pretty girl, by the way.
Okay, good.
Little Lemmy. You're like, okay, good. Thank God. She represents my show. So
Yeah.
Little Lemmy, Keanu C. Thompson, Haley from Pretty Antisocial, Scarlett Hampton, Ashley Cummings, Lady KB, Gina Levy, Lucy Tightbox, and New Girl. Honorable mentions were Penny, Mammy, Deb, Jenny Jingles. A lot of ladies in the Dabbleverse these days.
Sure, yeah.
So what's fun about this is that they post this on Twitter. The Transverse Network posted this on Twitter. And I've seen how these ladies interact in the Dabbleverse. They're nasty to each other.
Oh, no.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen like Haley and Keanu hate each other. They've been going back and forth for quite some time.
This is how they are, you know? It's just
And
how
Little Lemmy has a, in my opinion, I don't watch everything she does, but she kind of has like a tough girl facade. She doesn't take any shit from anyone. She's not like she's not a chick who's going to get her titties popping like Lucy does.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So Little Lemmy posts underneath this thread and says, Keanu says, I need this. My confidence is shattered when Slob Melendez revoked my most attractive Dookie award, joking around.
That's fun, yeah.
Yep. Little Lemmy says, sis, me too. I'm over here asking ChatGPT for my color profile. I'm a true autumn, turns out, LOL. So then Haley for Pretty Antisocial goes, mine, you look strongly in the light spring / true spring family with a possible lean toward light summer and cooler lighting. But overall, I'd place you in spring because of the warmth of your natural coloring. And then she says, ask it to make you a palette with swatches you can use too. And she shows this image that ChatGPT made for her that has her image on it and then shows her best colors to wear, the neutrals, the colors to avoid. I mean, I didn't know any of this existed.
Seems very nice. Also seems like AI prompted this, the idea of this tweet even. Like, hey, here's some things you might look good in.
Well, right. I would agree with that. But then, you click into that and Little Lemmy's got hers on here. She shows she's a true autumn with her core neutrals like camel and olive and chocolate. Are you writing this down, Mike?
I don't understand what's happening. Why are we talking about this?
Because it's bizarre to me that these women are finally, some trans people are just like, you're the hottest women. And now they're all like celebrating themselves. They're like, yeah, look at how hot I look. You got Lady KB down here showing her color palette.
I was like, how is this going to erupt into them clawing at each other?
This is what I'm saying. Like all of a sudden, all of these ladies get all in love with themselves. They're like, oh yeah, one of the hottest chicks in the Dabbleverse. Well, check this out. These are the colors that I should be wearing. And
thanks with these broads. You call them attractive. You dangle your keys in front of them and you distract them.
Dude, like Ashley Cummings is in this chat, in this thread, along with Keanu. They fucking hate each other's guts. They go after each other all the time. Haley and Keanu, like, all these women can be so catty, and then all of a sudden you're just like, hey, we think you ladies are pretty. They're like, what? Who, me? Oh, no, you guys, no.
Oh,
You're the
come
pretty
on.
lady. Oh, stop it. I can't be the prettiest lady. You sure about that? Too much.
Well, that's very nice of the Transverse to bring them all together.
I agree. And the results, by the way, are happening tonight during John's stream. So check out the Transverse Network to find out who wins #1 hottest chick in the Dabbleverse.
Okay.
Who are you rooting for, Mike? Go ahead, pick a favorite.
DJ Electrify, of course.
That's all right. That's the right answer.
Yeah.
I almost caught you. Speaking of Lady KB, I don't know if she goes by Lady KB anymore, but KB, who is on X herself, she posts this. She says, is this dude for real? And she posts a photo of Tom Myers and a screenshot of him in the chat. And Tom Myers writes in the chat, trolling Nick Rekieta, I learned I'm older than Kayla, and yikes, I look damn good compared to her.
He does.
I know you're friends with this guy, but holy shit, you have to be blind to think that this man Looks good for his age.
Tom has dashing good looks.
He looks fucking terrible.
I'm going to push back on this. People compare him to Steve Buscemi, who is a movie star, mind you.
Yeah, it's not a great one.
Had his own series on HBO.
Rodney Dangerfield was in some movies too. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
All right, then a great comedian, one or the other.
So KB writes, at Tom Myers, you look like dog shit. You're bald and have a gut. Get the fuck out of here. You're actually painful to look at. So
It's unnecessary.
I'm sorry. I'm just kicking this man while he's down.
He's having some fun.
I just thought it was funny. Tom thought he was hotter than Kayla or Kada for some reason. Like, where does that even come from? Like, you're a dude. What are you talking about?
I will say to my friend Tom, that's an odd comparison.
Right?
I've never heard someone insult a girl's looks and be like, I'm more attractive than her.
That's what I mean. It doesn't make any sense. All right, let's switch gears. Let's get to the topic at hand, the man of the hour, John Melendez. We have a few clips from this week, a few different things that he's talking about, starting with this threat to Shuli of, speaking of the Ricadas, a restraining order.
That's good. It's smart. It's smart to follow in the footsteps of Aaron Imholte. It's worked very well for Aaron. You don't hear from Patrick anymore. So
that's true. Yes. That and the back problems has made sure that Patrick doesn't talk on the internet anymore.
Yeah.
But getting a restraining order against a man when you're a man is not a great look, in my opinion.
I don't get what would change in your life if this restraining order goes through. They live in different states.
Well, let's find out. Let's see what John says.
I do my last show on Thursday. Apparently, yesterday you started saying you're going to be stalking me, or this is what I'm hearing. I'm getting the tape as we speak. But apparently you're saying no matter...
I haven't heard it myself. Neither has John. I'm certain it probably is Shuli in earnest saying, I'm going to stalk you, pal.
Yeah. No,
I'm really serious. Like, I'm going to show up at your house. I'm going to follow you around town.
So I'm pretty friendly with Shuli, and I'll just divulge this. Like, behind the scenes conversations with this guy, he's like, Karl, if John goes away, I'm just going to have to follow him with my camera in order to get more John footage. So I'll just be like peeking through windows and
look out, John. He's a madman.
What does he think this is?
What if I leave, you're still going to show up at my gigs and get people to harass me? Now,
if there's one thing John doesn't want is people showing up at his gigs. Never, ever do that.
It is a tough policy when all the people that want to go see John live are going to have restraining orders filed against them.
Yeah, I forget who made the joke, but John's the only guy who at his funeral, there'll be photos up in the front of the funeral home. Like, don't let this person in. Don't let this person in. Kevin Brennan's there with a noisemaker. Like, no.
That means tomorrow when I get this tape, I am going to...
Is it being FedExed there? Why is it taking so long?
Yeah, just email it. Just timestamp it and send it over. Like, I was told this thing exists, so I'm sure it's true, and so now I'm going to the police.
Have it in 5 to 7 business days.
This reminds me, we played a clip recently where I guess Grillo and Karmic X have a thing. I don't know, but Karmic, I guess, had something about getting a grenade launcher, and Grillo's like, if you guys have the timestamp, send it to me. I'll give it to the cops.
The cops.
The cops are going to be concerned about Karmic X's grenade launcher.
I'm going to file a restraining order against you because it's gotten to be harassment.
It's gotten to be? He doesn't even know if he said this thing yet. He hasn't even seen the footage of it. It's already gotten to be harassment.
I'm certain, and I'll know in a week or two what you said. And then the wheels of justice will be in motion.
It's not my problem that you can't come up with a new idea. That's not my burden.
Oh, I don't know. I think Shuli's going to have a new bit. It's Shuli sees the future.
Well, but John is making it his burden. Let's say that Shuli, like, oh, he's a one-trick pony. He can only talk about John. Let him do what? So what? there's plenty of guys who have successful shows, successful things that they're doing, successful ventures, that if you took that away from them, the next thing they did probably wouldn't be as successful.
Right.
So what? Why does the legal system have to get involved to prompt that?
Yeah, it's not like someone was like, hey, Gallagher, we're taking these watermelons. Now let's see what happens. Like, oh, fuck.
Develop a skill set. Be able to obtain a job. You know what a job is, shitware?
I mean, John saying this is hilarious. Talking about skill sets and jobs.
I had one over a decade ago.
Right. Do you remember it wasn't that long ago that John was making fun of Shuli because he thought he had a job?
Oh, right. Yes, of course.
It's amazing.
Lady K, but you just screwed yourself. He didn't have a job that I was making fun of him for having.
But he was convinced that he had a job. He was making fun of him for having a job. And I was just like, why won't you get a job? It's like, well, I didn't think you liked that. Okay.
Well, I had this thought recently. And I think it's a good one. So buckle up, everyone.
Okay. I'm all ears.
I was thinking about this with the lawsuits and the restraining orders and everything. And John keeps talking about his right to publicity.
Sure.
And I know on Monday, like, you guys didn't play clips specifically because Shuli keeps getting struck if he talks about John.
Yep.
If every show that covers John kept covering John the same amount and saying all the same things they say and just didn't play clips, do you think John would be like, all right, finally, problem solved? Or do you think he would find a new reason to be angry every day?
That's kind of what my point when I went on Hughesy's show months ago and $2 Dan was like, well, if you're getting struck for playing clips, then you should stop playing clips. Like, what's your problem? It's just like, well, it doesn't solve the overall problem.
Right.
There's a guy who's butthurt, who's finding any avenue he can to try to stop our free speech. Like, so why should I find a new avenue to, like, what do you mean? How's that helpful?
They all, I was going to say they all, John in particular has this thing where it's like, if I take clips away from them, it'll be impossible to do that show. I did that show many times, I think, when there were no clips. Like, when you started Point Devil, there were no clips.
Correct.
And I remember it flying by. we
all had tons to talk about. We were all watching what he was saying. And we'd be like, hey, on Thursday, John said this thing. Can you believe it? Like, oh, what an idiot.
Yeah, right. So it's this thing where he thinks like that will destroy them and then it will all stop. But he'll find that they'll just not play clips and still make fun of him, probably harder than they did before, because now he's inconveniencing your lives. And then he won't like that.
I mean, we could get the transcripts easily and act it out. Right. I mean, there's so many things that you can do.
It would end up being more creative what you have to do.
It might be funnier.
Yeah.
A job is something that you do normally 40 hours a week, and you make a salary. And then you could provide for your family.
I mean, the number of ranks he's stepping on with this rant.
On the list of things you don't have, John.
Jesus Christ. John, you don't have a job, a salary, a family. You're not a provider. This guy grocery shops at 7-Eleven, and he's lecturing Shuli about providing for his family. It's unbelievable. All right, so later on in this same clip, coming in from Pest, does a fantastic job of clipping. Mm-hmm. Carter told me he's the best. I don't know if that's true or not.
Of all the clippers, that's right.
That's true. So, yeah, he gets into what a coward I am, I believe, in this next step.
It is you in particular, but there's another gentleman who's included. And I will just make a note to anyone in the Dabbleverse that's thinking about putting a restraining order on someone. In the next breath, after you're talking about the restraining order, don't go and come and see me, you fucking pussy. That's probably a bad idea.
That's a really good point.
And by you saying on your show that you refuse to leave me alone,
Shuli's talking.
And you're going to follow me around, not you, of course. You wouldn't have the balls.
See what I mean? Like, hey, I'm filing a restraining order. You don't have the guts to follow me.
Yeah. Try it, motherfucker. It's like when you're getting a restraining order, you don't say that. Idiots.
I make it invalid.
Around shit. You wouldn't Lady K wouldn't. Much like Mensa Math pointed out the other day.
You know what's funny about this? It's Menser math because John can't pronounce A's at the end of words, so he calls it Menser. So the guy was Menser math, and now because the guy's making fun of John, he's like he calls it Mensa math. It's like now he's saying it right.
He's inspired him. He's a great teacher, that Mensa math.
You know your wife Susanna? You mean Susanna? Yes, I do know my ex-wife Susanna, Carl. You idiot. You sound stupid when you say that.
Mensa Math pointed out the other day, Lady K was 10 minutes away from Stevie Tomatoes.
Maybe I need a restraining order. What the fuck? You know exactly how long of a distance I was away from Stevie Tomatoes at a specific time?
Have you addressed these allegations yet? The Mensa math allegations?
I have, yeah. We talked about this
Okay.
on, God, what show was it?
Somewhere.
Somewhere this week.
10 minutes away. He had plenty of time at 7:05 to get to Stevie's while I was there. But he didn't. Because you motherfuckers are cowards.
Okay. I'll address this real quick. Do you know what he's talking about here?
Yeah. So when you did was it Dabble House that you were down there for?
Yes, Dabble House. We did it out of Fort Myers. And
When you guys did that, someone texted you that John was at the bar at about 7:05, and it took you guys like 40 minutes to get down there or something. And by
Yeah,
then,
so-
John had already left.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect backstory. So we had announced we'll be at Stevie Tomatoes at 8 p.m. This is on a Thursday night. We were starting the Dabble House weekend on Friday, so we're all down there. Come down, meet up with us. We had a bunch of dabblers in the area, wanted to hang out. So we announced we'll be there at 8 o'clock. This was well known. John is spotted at 7:05, and Shuli texts me. He's out in Fort Myers. I'm in Cape Coral. Shuli texts me. He goes, "John's there. We're going to try to get there early." I said, "Great. I'll try to get there early as well." Now, the reason why it takes more than 10 minutes is because I had a group of people with me, and we were going to hang out for the night with people who were coming in from out of town to hang out with us.
Right.
So you could imagine that like Jenny Jingles wasn't just like, "Oh yeah, I'll just wear this shirt that I traveled in all day. I'm good. Let's just
Oh,
head
she
down
wasn't
there."
even the top 10. Tell her to stop.
I know. So, I did have a couple ladies in tow, producer Chris. So, people had to get ready and get prepared to get down there. But we did get there earlier than we planned on. We got there 15 minutes before 8. And at that
Right.
point, John had looked. So actually, if you look at the objective data, I would say John is the Barahawusa who didn't want to hang out there till 8 when he knew we were all going to be there.
But it's also interesting to be like, Carl should have hurried it up to get there. He should have got there earlier.
Yeah.
If you were scheduled to be there at 8, John should have stayed till 8 to intimidate you. But,
No shit.
but also, a minute before that, he's like, "I'm getting a restraining order on these guys because they're always harassing me." And now he's like, "You come fight me, motherfucker. I want you to fight me. Come find me so I can swing on you."
Since the very beginning,
order?
since the very beginning of us making fun of John, he hasn't figured out which way to go. He said he knows mafia guys. He's gonna have my legs broken, and then he also says that he's gonna sue me for using his copyrighted material. Even when the DoorDasher came, he threatened to hit the guy and then calls 911 on him.
Yeah.
It's like, are you settling this with your fists or with the cops? What are you doing?
It's all what it all should be. All of this is a very different ways of saying, "Please just stop making fun of me.
I know.
I don't
That's-
like it.
That's what
Please
it comes down
stop."
to. He's trying to humiliate us in any way he can. And, I said this before, but John saying that I'm the coward, I was the one who went up to him 2 different times at Rodney's, and he would not interact with me. And then I tried to find him after the show. I heard he was down at a bar down the street, so I started hightailing it down the street to meet up with him down there, and he was gone.
I heard about you seeing him at Rodney. You were in love, as I recall.
Right.
Hearts replaced your eyes, if I remember.
Yes. So I don't know what he's talking about. I obviously wanted to. Do I want to get with him, or am I afraid to be in his presence? I'm not sure which it is. All right, you have a question to asking if this is accurate. This is John yesterday pulled up a video of the Isotopes. Now, This is from a few years ago. We recorded in a radio station. We did an hour-long live recording, multi-camera shoot, and it was nice of them to. We played it. Obviously, it was live over the air, but then we got the recordings of it and we posted it up on YouTube. So he finds the video of us playing Frankenstein by Edgar Winter, and John pulls this up, immediately mutes it. Doesn't want to show that we're actually good musicians and the band sounds good. He just he wants to pick us apart for what we look like, what we're wearing. And he gets us pretty good here, Mike. I'm disappointed that you sent this over to me. Make me look bad on my own show.
This was him? I thought he was playing the audio of you guys.
This is John picking apart the
Changes
toes.
everything.
I'm just like turning the audio off, but this is look at Lady K with this is his band. This is Lady K. I mean, what is that Moonhead in the back? But
So he immediately fixates on Croge, who he thinks is Vinnie Paulino.
Oh, hey, shout out Croge.
Croge is the other guitarist in the Isotopes. Vinnie Paulino does not play an instrument.
Do they look like? Why does he think?
No, Croge is like fully bald. Vinny would be very offended by this, I think.
this is what they believe is rock and roll. This is what they think is rock and roll to them. You know, if you ever wanted a picture that said the antithesis of rock and roll, this would be it. I mean, look at these idiots. I took a screenshot.
Good.
I think that is Moonhead. This shoulderless Chris.
Yeah.
Look at this. I mean, the outfits. Hey, Chris. I don't know it's not your name, Chris. Hey,
It is his name. His name's Chris. What do you
Oh,
mean?
is it really?
What do you mean? Is his name Chris?
I just assumed I was like, oh, maybe he uses a fake name or something. And John found out about it. Why would he do that if it wasn't true?
It's short for Christian. His name's Chris. It's always been Chris.
Oh, but it's not Christopher.
It's not Christopher. That is true. It's Christian.
Chris. Hey, Moonhead. Could you all wear the white shirts with the green fluorescent ties and the black pants?
Comment, Mike?
I like that when he's impersonating you guys, he uses his insults. Hey, Moonhead.
Yeah, right. I call Croge Moonhead for some reason.
Everyone, it's me, Lady K.
This is the he's so bad at this. He's so bad at insulting us. Now, the whole premise of the Isotopes is that we're nerdy scientists. We're a band called the Isotopes. So we dress like nerds. We've always had nerd glasses. Pocket protectors are in our shirt pockets. We have, white shirts, black pants, the green ties.
Lean into it now. You didn't realize what nerds you looked like.
This is the whole point of this fucking band. That's why we have pocket protectors, John. We know we're fucking supposed to be nerds. And John goes, look at these nerds. What about his Hal Sparks' band, Nerdvana? Or Nerd Halen.
That was subversive comedy.
Lucy's in the chat right now, feeling bad for us. We're getting torn apart. Hold on, let me get back to this. Is the other funny thing too. John's recreating me calling the guys and telling them what to wear. Like this is what we wear every fucking show. It's like what the Isotopes dress. I don't have to tell them, hey guys, green ties tonight. Like they know. They just show up with their green ties
and white sneakers. Any kind of white pants? Yeah.
Black
Why
pants.
would they ask that?
It's black pants, you fucking idiot. You've already fucked this up.
Yes. We especially want, the shirt is white. We want a white collared shirt. We're going to button them all to the top, you see? And we're going to have all of the shirts buttoned up to the top.
You just said that, John. Also, my shirt's not buttoned to the top. Neither is Chris's. And we're wearing ties. So what the fuck's the difference? Because of shit.
You are getting roasted.
And then we're going to wear fluorescent green ties, you see?
Yep.
And
Just
don't
listening.
forget your white sneakers. Mom, wife, are you going to put my white sneakers in the wash?
No one puts sneakers in the wash, John. What are you talking about?
he gets very obsessed. He knows you're not supposed to be wearing the clothes he's wearing. You're wearing, but he has nothing to say. He did this with the Kevin, where he's like, Kevin Brennan wears a pink bike helmet, pink, and a bike helmet, like,
and yellow shoes. You're like, yeah, okay.
He repeats what it is, but there's no joke. He has no reason to dislike it. He just knows it's gay, and he wants to know about it.
But he also does the Rob Saul. Like Rob Saul used to do this thing where he'd be like, "Ma," or "Bob wife," whatever the fuck he would say. "I want some pizza rolls." And it didn't mean anything. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And John just like, now I need my wife to wash my sneakers in the washing machine.
He gets there. He skewers you and your mom wife.
All right, well, let's keep it running then.
So they look especially clean. Vinny, do you have... Are you going to need a belt? No, stupid question. Vinny, are you going to need a brush? Oh, stupid question. Shoulderless Chris, are you going to need some pomade? Stupid question. Pfeffering succotash.
I mean, he got us good. You know what? Never mind. I can't defend that. He fucking crushed us. I might break up the band now. I can't go on after that.
I also can't tell if he's saying you have a wet mouth, or if that's just how he talks. Like if the voice he's doing is you being like this, or like if he's getting wet in the mouth.
Well, someone in the chat pointed out that I'm not Jewish. I don't know what that accent is that he's doing. You know,
my shoes.
Right? Yes, it's starting to sound like that a little bit. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, Lucy points it out in the chat. Like, we don't have our shirts tucked in. That'd be something to make fun of. We're wearing dress-up, button-up shirts, and we're not tucking them into our pants. It's ridiculous.
Or just have some angle calling them nerds instead of listing every item of clothing.
Could you imagine the phone calls I have with these guys telling them what to wear that night? Wow.
Look at this guy with his shirt and his pants.
Amazing stuff. Now, you played the clip earlier of John saying I need a restraining order, and then talking about what pussies we were, what cowards we are. Mm-hmm. I have another example of John saying one thing earlier in the show and then negating it.
Oh, no.
Minutes later, because he's fucking stupid. He changes what's going on based on the argument he needs, right? So he's making fun of Rob Saul. And Rob Saul does not have a license to drive an automobile. Rob has talked about this. Yeah, I know, right? Can you imagine not being able to drive? So Rob doesn't drive. And John picks an angle on this one, too, to make fun of Rob.
I mean, can you imagine being a grown man and you can't pick up a date in a car? I mean, I couldn't imagine asking a date and going, yeah, I'd love to take you out. Can you pick me up?
Hey.
What's that, Mike?
That hurt.
Yeah, no, I know. You're like, well, I can't really get there myself, so if you wouldn't mind swinging by.
I guess I'll Uber, but whatever.
How does that work? That's got to be humiliating. I mean, seriously, and he thinks he's cool.
All right. So John's angle on Rob Saul: doesn't drive a car. How do you take a girl out on a date if you don't drive a car? You think you're cool? So then later on,
this is all John's angle is always, do you think you're cool? I don't know Rob Saul at all. And the man has his foibles, but I don't imagine he's getting on the bus. All right. Running his fingers through his hair. Like
pulling his collar up.
I'm sure he doesn't think it's particularly cool. He just did something he does.
Right. But John's the coolest, so he has to school us all on it. So he explains Rob Saul's a loser, doesn't drive. How do you go on a date? And then Corky joins the show and this happens.
Anthony Cumia and Missy B are floating around in the chats tonight. I guess they must be sitting watching it. Anthony Cumia went on no fewer than 2 shows that are watching you right now and said, John's driving drunk. Someone should report him to Cape Coral police because obviously he left his date and he's driving around drunk driving, endangering the town of Cape Coral. That's Anthony Cumia. Tony Two Shirts is telling people to report you to the police. What a piece of shit.
Wait. Hold on a second. When did he do this?
About 10 minutes ago.
He said I was driving drunk. Where
He
was
said, he says, look at John. He's drunk right now. He must have drove home drunk from his date. He's a menace to society. Somebody should be reporting him to the police when he does this.
What makes him think I drove?
I have no idea. But he's spreading this gossip and innuendo in all these chats. He's trying to get people to, like, I don't know, report you to the police, basically.
Hey,
Trying to get you in
Pocky,
trouble.
I don't drive to dates. I take an Uber.
What are you, some blind loser? You fuck.
So he's back from his date, and Anthony's like, this guy must have been driving drunk. And John goes, I don't drive on dates. I take an Uber there. What kind of loser would drive their own car on a date?
I have her get me.
It's right. He might as well have said that she picked me up. She doesn't drink. It worked out perfect.
Oh, John.
I know. It's so funny. One more clip of John talking about this date. So, like I said, yesterday he did a stream. Then he left, went on a date. Then he came back and streamed again. And Corky and Ava showed up pretty late last night, which is always fun. And John gets back from his date. I am convinced this man has not gotten laid in a decade. He does not get a lot of positive feedback from girls. We've heard about women. I mean, to John's own admission, women have gotten up and left during dates with him.
I'm sure they were very busy, though.
He had that other chick that he was driving hours to go see, who she made him help her move. And then the next time they got together, she's like, yeah, I'm going to be at this thing. And she showed up with another guy. like girls are just not into John. He's just a smelly, disgusting disaster of an
But
alcoholic.
I'm sure the girl was like, listen, you're out of my league. So I settled for this schlub. Sorry.
I mean, you were on,
you, John.
you know, Jay Leno. I mean, there's no way you would settle for a woman like me. So
Yeah. I Ubered here like a loser.
You're right. You wouldn't want to be with a gal like me. So John's back from his date talking to Corky, and listen to this braggadocious tale.
You know, it was, I mean, the conversation was brilliant. She's really smart. I mean, really smart. And, I mean, it's beautiful.
Classy gal, gorgeous. You don't want to
Beautiful,
This
incredible.
fucking Corky tard. He's like, he's never seen this girl, doesn't know anything. It's just like, yeah, she's classy, she's gorgeous.
Beautiful, smart, funny. Oh, she's got it all, John.
Shut up, Corky. Fucking idiot. You don't have to be talking all the time. You let John tell his story without telling it with him.
It's beautiful.
classy gal, gorgeous. You don't want to
Beautiful, incredible body.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I'm telling you. And it, you know, and after it, I just texted her and said, this was the best date I had in years. She said, mine too. So, I
Wow.
mean, yeah. So,
I loved, John goes, I texted her and said it was a pretty good date. And she goes, I agree. And so anyway, I got that going for me. I
I
don't
don't think
know.
the response lines up. It was the best date I've had in years. Mine too feels off. But
Well, I like that he goes, she's so smart. The conversation was great. What does John say when she says something smart? Like, do you know what the biggest planet is in the solar system? What does John think a smart conversation is? She's so
I
intelligent.
know what a
That's
smart
not good.
conversation is. You know I'm in Mensa. I have a 160 IQ.
Right. It used to be 165. I went down to 161.
I'm older.
Right.
I'm an old man now.
I just thought that was so pathetic that John's like so proud of himself that he went on a date. She stuck around the whole time. He texted her afterward. She texted him back. And he's like, yeah, look at me. I might have a girlfriend.
It's the same. There are never a ton of descriptions about that. Not that he should, I guess. He shouldn't give their identities or anything. But it's always, oh, she's smart. She's beautiful. We had the best time. We really had the best time. It's just these vague, there's nothing that stands out that makes it great. Nothing unique about any of these dates that we hear about.
No, there's never a detail. There's never a, she ordered this, I ordered that. He'll talk about what he drank. He'll have a martini and a beer. He'll always give you that detail.
One, and that was 4 hours ago, which means I have negative alcohol today.
By the way, that's the only thing I believe about his dates, that he drinks. I don't know if she ever shows up or he talks to anyone. I believe he sits there and drinks, though. Supertip.gg/WATP to hop on the show with us, like Triton47.
There you go, Carl. It isn't much, but it's what I got. And let it never be said, I am not a man of my word.
Yes, thank you very much, Titan47, for the $20. Much appreciated, my friend. Void coming in.
This is for Fat Mike BMW. I don't think it is.
Blind Mike World Order, indeed. Jacob Shed says, John never had to do anything to keep a job until he was 50. When he actually had to do something to keep a job, he got fired. That is true. Stephanie Miller, I mean, I don't know if does he admit he was fired? Does he pretend he quit? I don't remember. But
I know she was the worst boss he ever worked for.
Right. What a tyrant she was.
Yes.
Mark Davis, Carl, I know you're scared of John, but didn't you basically walk up on the stage at Rodney's? I didn't walk him on the stage or walk him to the stage on Rodney's. Yes, I was patting him on the back and cheering him on as he was getting on the stage.
You were right. You didn't walk. You floated up to him. Hi, John.
That might be true. All right. God damn it. You got me. This is a image tip coming in from Nick the Fed. And someone was mean to the DoorDasher, so they left the tamps at the door again. Oh, the DoorDasher is now leaving tampons for John.
Oh, good.
That's a fun prank. It's what everyone can get behind. I can't imagine that VTL would do something so cruel, though.
Officer, I got a pile of tampons now. What do I do?
Oh, my gosh. When he was telling the dispatcher, what should I do? I mean... Could I physically remove the person? She's like, I don't know.
Let me bend your ear for a few minutes. This is the emergency line.
Yes. Colonel Clink, $5. Son of John will be back because there are 0 options for him to make money. Only way he completely quits, the court orders percentage of his earnings to go to you, Shuli, and Anthony. Yeah, I know. He'd rather be homeless.
There's a great, I don't know if anyone caught the clip or it, but I tuned into John for a bit yesterday, and he was asking Dan or whoever he was on with. He's like, why don't these guys make a deal with me? Just pay for the rights, $3,000 or $5,000 or $3,000. Like, he talked himself back down to $3,000 after he went up to $5,000. But if you guys pay him $3,000, he would be willing to settle.
I have not heard that clip. However, I know where he got that idea from. It's a place he gets a lot of his ideas from. That would be VTL. VTL has said many times, they should be paying you a percentage, John. This would make perfect sense. I mean, they're making this money.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Mike. Well, what was that? Yeah. Where is that coming from?
Good idea.
How much money are you giving the fighter and the kid, asshole?
Just you two, I'm saying. It's a good idea for him to do to
right.
you.
Yeah.
No precedent will be set.
Dr. Hamad FSJ just gifted 10 memberships. The memberships be gifting over here, people. Turn on accept gifted memberships if you haven't already. We got lots of bonus shows, including we just did a bonus show with Vinnie Paulino about Artie Fletcher. And John and Artie are teaming up to be a comedy duo and go on tour together.
Jesus.
So excited about that. And then we did a bonus show, Living in the Past, where John admitted to a lot of heinous things when it comes to parenting his 12-year-old son, Oscar. So
I listened to
that out.
Both of those, actually. But the Artie Fletcher one,
yeah,
it made me think of when Bill Cosby and Bill Clinton toured together on South Park.
That's hilarious. DIDR $5. What's up, fellas? Can't wait for Bacon Bits 664 to watch John's epic fail today. Dan Varney is the GOAT. Agreed. Yes, Bacon Bits is back in business, which is good because Bacon Bits did get a strike from John Melendez. But he's fighting back.
I wonder why that account caught his ire.
It's a great question. Maybe Corky was mad because Corky's talked a lot of shit about Bacon Bits. Maybe Corky gave him a heads up or something. Okay. I don't know. Mike's 62 soup can, $20. Thank you for that. John gets nothing. Ironic isn't in his vocabulary. I know. John gets 0. But thank you very much for the $20. Very generous. Sit Down Zumak is here. $5. $100 Venmo to anyone that strikes John's last show live. Also, come to Rodney's this Saturday for a real comedy show, unlike Kiki, Gino, and Stuttering John's. Yeah, we'll be talking about your Rodney's gig, Chad, in a little bit. I have you versus NJ Ranger coming up on the docket. I did pull a couple clips from that. And I want to talk about the number of tickets sold that Tookie found out about when he called Rodney's.
Yeah,
info on that.
Real sleuthing he was doing.
Also, nobody strike John's channel. Striking is, let's say it together, Aaron, Gay. Yes, we don't strike channels. Reverend Rage, $5. Karl, there's something I have to let you and the Duke know when it comes to music. You cannot be better than anyone. You can only be as good as yourself. You know what? It's well said, Reverend Rage.
That's a nice way of thinking.
That's well said. I mean, it's art, right? It's all subjective.
Mm-hmm.
But I could play the shit out of that guitar compared to fucking John. He sucks so fucking bad. I want a guitar off. Revenge of Penis Trickle, $5. Theory, John taking to high seas to become cruise ship comedian to avoid lawsuits. He will now just live in international waters. Oh, that's interesting.
He is. That would be a great gig for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a family. He's got nowhere to be. No one's
That would
looking
be an
for him.
awesome life for him, actually. He should do that.
Do you know how much alcohol there is on cruise ships? All of it. All of the alcohol is there.
And I feel like that might be like his crowd. Like they just want to see some, hack comedy show, for lack of a better
Yeah,
phrase.
no, it's perfect. And they have a rule when you are performing on a cruise ship. They're like, you can't hook up with the guests. And John's like, no problem. I've never hooked up with any stranger, so that will not be a problem at all.
You see, I wasn't performing when I hooked up with the guest, so I was off the clock.
The real Cumia, Chad needs that $100 to buy the mouthwash he needs. Strahan fan says, Shades, cat, beard, what a blind douche. I know. He's,
Hey.
He's a bit pretentious, isn't he?
It's very hurtful.
My co-host. Old Chunk of CO4 became a YouTube member. Thank you very much for doing that. Thank you for membering up, guys. And for gifting him, too. Cholino, 67. Does Mike walk into shit in his dreams as well? Oh, that's a good question.
Not that I can think of. It happens enough in life that I'm sure maybe it'll happen in a dream at some point. I don't know.
Poor Mike. Dang Lizard with €5 says she's really smart. So I says to her, Orange Man bad. And she replies, Orange Man bad. We really hit it off. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the conversation. Where he's like, this woman's super intelligent.
This Donald Trump, he's a loose cannon.
Did you see what Trump did? Yeah, it was terrible. I know.
You get so smart.
I miss you, Jimmy. $5. Hey, Karl, been listening to SSP. Stuttering Sex Pest 2025 compilations, which, by the way, does a phenomenal job of clipping all of the WATP episodes where we just talk about just the John segments and their long video compilations he puts up on YouTube. Anyway, been listening to the Stuttering Sex Pest 2025 compilations. Did you and Adam record Bloody Butt? I swear I hear his voice. No. That is a band called, oh, God damn it. I always forget their name. I'll figure it out, but it was not us. It was, I found it on social media, on Instagram.
Bloody ass. Can I get a little sympathy? Because I got a bloody ass. I'm bleeding generously. Because I got a bloody ass.
I get where he hears Adam. That's interesting. I can kind of hear it now.
I can hear that too. Does anyone know who sang that one? Oh yeah, the Dream Eaters. The Dream Eaters, says Geisha Mouth Opie. What a community we have around here. It's really great. I appreciate all of you. This is Brando, says, how much for Mike to get penned by the Transformer? Oh, that's a good question. A lot of people are talking about getting butt raped by the trans woman from Transverse for money.
I've never heard penned before.
Well, I think you have to get around.
How much to get raped is what you're asking me?
I mean, you have to get around. It's a YouTube chat, so you understand. You have to get creative.
There's not an amount of money I have in mind.
That's a good answer. Make me an offer is the answer.
Yeah, well, I'm sure once the cash is in front of me, I'll...
Right. Let's talk. Carol Dillon with €5 says, Stuttering John to become the L. Ron Hubbard of comedians. On Sea Unable to Land, Pat Oates on with Carl 3 years ago is one of the greatest ever. Oh my gosh, I miss Pat Oates on the show. He was fantastic. Speaking of Pat, we have Pat Dixon on WATP this Saturday.
Ooh.
So if you're a member, if you just got membered up, then you will see, you can watch it live at 2 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday afternoon. We do our weekend show.
I enjoyed Pat when he was on here. He was very funny.
He's great. And he's been making the rounds. I see him everywhere. He's playing poker with Andy last night. He's everywhere. All right. Grillo and John have had a falling out. sure you know about this.
I do, yeah. And I think I hear they're both done with each other for real this time.
Yeah. I mean, they've had following us before, but this time, I played the clips of Grillo where he was being all like very childish about this. Like, John, you're dead to me. And you think I'm going to be your friend? You think you can apologize to me? You can't. I'm done. I'm out of the Stuttering John business. All this bullshit, right?
I forget if it was John or Grillo. I mixed them up now in my head. But one of them said, you're dead to me. And this time it's for good. It's like,
right.
You know what dead to me means?
So it might be this one. This is John. He's on with Ava and Corky. This is from last night. And he's addressing Grillo directly.
Yeah, since Grillo doxed my good buddy Vegas Beer Souls Jerry. Again, much like Rob, much like all these losers, just succumb to the shit ways bullshit. And Grillo gave him, just spilled the guts on my good friend Vegas Beer Souls Jerry. And Steve, you will always be dead to me now. Because you know what, Steve?
Is that what you're referring to? You will always be dead to me now?
It might be, yeah.
You will not be undead to me? You will not be re-dead?
Because
just
what I'm gathering from that is John said you're dead to me before. But this time, now you're really, it's like he does with Vince. Like, oh, we're done. No, this time I actually mean it. I was lying all the other time.
Vegas Beer Souls Jerry is a way better friend to me, and has been a way better friend to me than you have ever been.
Isn't that crazy? I don't know how close they are, but John's known this guy for 35 years. Grillo.
Yeah. Grillo started in 92 as an intern.
Jerry's like a brother to me. Just this guy he met on Twitter.
You're just a guy he met who was a huge Howard Stern fan. Who's just wants to glom on to whatever he can.
Right.
Similar to Vince the Lawyer, who's just like a big Stern fan. So he's just like, whoever I can talk to from that show makes me happy in life.
Or even like me and Ava. The idea that any of these people are closer to John than a guy he's known for decades.
Yep.
Way better friend to me than you have ever been, you bald fat hack.
He's a retard.
Okay. Thanks, Ava. I like that John thinks that these insults will get to him. You bald fat hack. Is Grillo trying to be a stand-up comedian? Am I unaware of this? What do you mean a hack?
I think he works real because I know this because I heard John mocking it, but like they were making fun of Grillo because he's always had jobs in Hollywood. Like he's been a grip on set. Like he finds these jobs like on sets. I think he worked on like Marvelous Mrs. Maisel and shit like that.
Yeah.
And John referred to that as like a leech.
Yeah, he worked for a lighting company for quite some time.
No, he's a real working man.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Good for him.
In the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
But also, I just love that both these guys, oh, I'm dead to you, then you're dead to me. Like they're just, it's the most childish fight I've ever seen unfold on the internet. And it only took a week, or less than a week. Grillo was just like, hey, John, I'm in the Dabbleverse now. Hey, look at me. I'm doing a show. And 7 days later, fuck you. I hope you die.
I think the most Dabbleverse thing is if Grillo said, John, you're dead to me. And John called the police and said there's been a murder.
That's true.
Steve Grillo has killed me.
He's threatening. He's already killed me. How are we talking to you now? I haven't figured that out yet, officer. I'm just the dispatcher.
I'm on the case, but we only have 48 hours.
By the way, someone in the comments wrote, so you see John and Corky and Ava on the screen. Someone wrote, the drool, the ghoul, and the tool.
That's fun.
I think that's fun. This could be their show title. It's better than the King, the Sting, and the Wing, or whatever that was. All right. Speaking of Grillo, he's making the rounds. He was on with Jake Hudson.
A lot of people have. Some I'm more disappointed in than others.
Tookie was on with Jake last night. But anyway, Grillo comes on Jake Hudson's show. And Doom is in the chat. Doom is great, asking a very good question of Grillo, because we're all speculating, why does Grillo move to Vegas and he has to start a YouTube channel and monetize it? He's got a job, but it's on hold, and he's got to prove that he can do this thing. This is what Grillo has said. Like, what does any of this mean? So some people speculated. Tim Sabian, really smart guy who once hired Greg Opie Hughes to work for him at Westwood One. Some people think that maybe Tim Sabian's behind this because Tim Sabian's also like this guy who like holds on to the nostalgia of the old Stern show. Thinks Grillo's a talent. So Doom has Jake ask a very good question.
Did Tim Sabian have something to do with you coming to the Dabbleverse?
Listen, man, I just you make it sound like there was an invitation or an application. I keep saying this on my show. I didn't sign up. I just started doing my show. Like I've been doing my show way before the Dabbleverse. I knew I had to get some traction, and I did a couple of shows to start promoting that I'll be broadcasting and stuff. I knew that I was going to be getting into, say, a precarious situation with the Dabbleverse, and I'm willing to understand and accept what I've gotten myself into. I'm not backing away from it at all whatsoever.
I was reading the chat. I was just
Jake the whole time just going, just read the chat. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Grillo is such a spineless douche right here. We're just like, hey man, so why did you come back to YouTube and you're going on John's show with Tim Sabian behind this or something? It's just like, oh no, I needed traction. No one's paying attention to me. So I know there's Stern fans in this world. So I just came on here and I do a show and I want you guys to watch me interview guys from The Sopranos who haven't been on the show in 28 years and to talk to them about what their career used to be like. It's like, no one cares. I was watching Tookie rag on Grillo this week on Tookie Soup. It's like, Grillo has no clue what he's doing. He goes on John's show. He's like, I'm in the Dabbleverse. And then he's streaming every night with nothing to talk about, going, guys, I'm going to have big guests on my show. I have a lot of friends who are famous. Nobody fucking cares about a guy who's on The Sopranos.
I also always say less is more. If you want to do interviews and you really prepare for them, like less is more. If you're on 5 hours a day, and it's horse shit, then people are going to be like, well, this interview is probably also horse shit. Or maybe there's a chance Grillo gets an interesting guest. Like, if he had Chauncey on and talked about the old Howard Stern days, there are people in this world that would be interested in listening to that, and they would have found it. You don't need to go on John's show to promote it or any of these other shows.
Well, also, Grillo's already been through this a million times. He's already written a book about Howard Stern. We had Billy West on recently, which would have been an interesting interview if he could get the audio right, but whatever. So, yeah, I mean, we've seen Grillo with Chauncey. We've seen Grillo with Richie Wilson. Like, we've seen all this. Whatever. Yeah. I'm a huge Howard Stern fan. I'm over all of it. We've heard all the stories. So this whole idea that this is Grillo's only idea is to interview people from the Howard Stern show because, and he keeps talking about, this is the other thing that Tookie was pointing out that I was enjoying quite a bit. Grillo's one of these guys who's in his 50s, I would imagine, who's talking about how many friends he has, how good of friends.
Not as many as me.
How good of friends he is with this person or that person.
Yeah.
And like rubbing it in John's face. Like, and the reason why Richie Wilson is on my show is because he's my friend, John. You're like, Grillo.
That's another. I said earlier. They have all this one thing in common. It's amazing the amount of similarities they have. Opie, Grillo, Stuttering John, Aaron. They all like they need. Excuse me. They need to give you not just their credentials, but like their personal credentials. Like, I have a family. I have children. I had a friend.
Grillo literally said I had a friend in town. I didn't do a show yesterday. I had a friend in town that I was hanging out with. Like, neat. I hang out with friends too. I never announced it on WATP. Who gives a shit?
I've started covering Jeff Dye recently, and he lists the friends he hangs out with on the weekend. He's like, I was with my friend Chad, and we went to the mall together. Like he just tells you he has friends every week.
How insecure are you as a person that you feel the need to tell people you hang out with friends?
It's crazy.
It tells me that maybe they are lonely.
And that's the thing is there's never a story.
Right.
It's never like, oh, I was out to dinner and this crazy thing happened. It's just like, just so you guys know, I have a social life.
Yeah, and I think Grillo is a very lonely guy. He just moved to Vegas, probably doesn't know a lot of people there. He was hanging around Hackamania, trying to get in the showroom. Anthony Cumia was nice enough to get him in. And he didn't have a clue. He was just waiting for people to walk up and be like, hey, it's Grillo. I was watching him outside. He's just like, oh, yay, look at me. It's Grillo. It's like, yeah, we're Stern fans. We know who you are. I'm going to go over here. Jake Hudson is in the chat. He says, sorry. Jake, Don't say sorry. I said this was a brilliant question, and I appreciated that you asked him this.
Yes. Brilliant.
And I like it when you mumble under your breath while people are answering your question. I think it's funny.
I just read some chat that someone's asking. The question was, what is Grillo's reason for entering the Dabbleverse? It's because of Tim Sabian?
So he asked the question again, which is great. Well done, Jake. Brings up Doom's chat right here. And Grillo is he's over it, man.
Yeah, it's because Tim. All right, I'm gonna give you a big revelation here, so you can be a big shot in Devils. I'm gonna reveal to you that I just got off the phone with Tim Sabian. He just sent me my last paycheck. He's been funding everything that I've been doing down here. He's been paying me to start my show up, basically to sabotage Stuttering John, and I might as well give you the big revelation here. So Tim's been behind this whole thing this whole time. He's been pulling the strings.
Grillo's acting like this is some dumbass question. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Grillo has like these weird, mysterious backers who are putting him up and paying him a salary. We don't know what he does. He doesn't do anything. So it's like, well, who is it? Is it Tim Sabian? Like, this has been speculated. The girl's just like, oh, yeah. Tim Sabian's paying me a paycheck. Well, it's somebody. It's probably somebody who was part of the Howard Stern show or knows you from the Howard Stern show.
Or even if it's not, it would be equally ridiculous, whoever it is.
Yes, right. No matter who it is, they think that backing Grillo is a good idea. That's hilarious. Grillo really is a dolt.
And that is one prediction John may actually get right. Because I've heard John say this a lot lately, where it's like, you think this Dabbleverse is nice, Grillo. They're going to turn on you. They're going to start making fun of you. And I was like, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. Probably going to eat Grillo alive.
Yeah, well, Grillo came into this saying, guys, my feelings get hurt very easily. I don't like when people say mean stuff about me. I was like, oh, Steve.
So don't.
What are you doing? So what are you doing?
Please don't.
All right. Let's get into Anthony Cumia's take on John's departure from the Dabbleverse. Anthony, of course, is a big part of this now. A regular on the Uncle Rico show. Pops on WTP from time to time. Talks about the Dabbleverse pretty often. He might argue with me. Pretty often on his show.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. And so he's following this very closely. He's got a pending lawsuit. And, oh shit, Tookie is here. He says, I pulled all my money out of Bitcoin and invested in Grillo. Oh, it's fucking El Horrible this whole time. It's the one who's backing Grillo. God damn it. Makes nothing but sense. All right, let's hear Anthony's take on John announcing his retirement from podcasting in the Dabbleverse.
He won't be doing a show on any platform, and he's leaving this so-called Dabbleverse behind. I would like to call bullshit on this. He may leave for a short time. No more than, I'm giving him a week at most. But he will be back for two very important reasons.
All right, before we get into that, you heard it at the beginning of that. John's claiming he's going to disable his Twitter account. He's done with all social media. But then he also says, I'm going to book stand-up shows and do a bunch of gigs.
Well, he also said he was going to change his phone number and email, which I didn't understand.
I know. It's that part is so bizarre to me.
It was detrimental to everyone in your life. Like, you're going to lose contacts.
Right. It's this whole idea that John's going to become a working stand-up, but also have no social media presence. So the only thing you find when you Google Stuttering John is Shuli and me talking about Stuttering John. It's a bad idea.
Tell that to Dave Attell, Carl, a guy who doesn't have a social media presence. All right.
That's true. That's true. Dave could pull it off. Bill Murray could pull it off. There's a handful.
Yeah, the big three: Dave, Bill, and John.
Yes. All right. So let's hear why Anthony doesn't think that he'll be leaving the Dabbleverse.
Important to him. One of which is money. The guy is broke. He needs money. He does not have a job. He isn't making money. He talks about pensions and SAG, Screen Actors Guild, and all this other shit. I belonged to just about every union or organization that John belonged to. And I don't make any money from them. And I made a lot of money.
So what I like about this is John's like, you guys don't understand. I have pensions. So I'm making all this money. I don't need your guys' money. Thank God Anthony's here to be like, hey, motherfucker, I've been in entertainment also. Anthony made a lot more money in entertainment than John did.
Sure.
And he's sitting there going, there's not a lot of money to be had from any of this. And let's not forget, John started taking money from his pensions when he was in his mid to late 50s.
Mm-hmm.
There's a penalty for that. It takes money out of what you'll make for every year before you're 65.
Yeah.
It's not a smart move financially.
Well, also my question as to how much, if he has enough money to live his life, good for him. Good for you, John. You've earned it. But his pension is from the Screen Actors Guild, right?
Yeah.
Does your money as the announcer of the Tonight Show, is that job backed by the Screen Actors Guild?
Well, so he claims he has 3 pensions. Now, one of them is definitely bullshit, but he's got the writers, which is separate from that.
Yeah, but he was only a writer for a short time, even.
Well, yeah. Which, by the way, I'm going to play a clip of Anthony pointing that out. So he's got the Writers Guild, or whatever that is, and he's got the SAG-AFTRA, and then he claims that he gets a pension from being a substitute teacher for 2.5 years or 3.5 semesters, whatever it was. Like, there's no fucking way.
I'm friends with a lot of teachers, and what they always tell me is, Mike, the pay, you wouldn't believe it.
Yes. I don't care for the kids. I don't care for changing the lives of young people.
Oh, we're in it for the coin, man.
Yeah. They're just greedy assholes. Yeah. Let the money roll in. All right. This is Anthony explaining that there's no money.
Get vested over a certain amount of time based on how much you contribute into it. That would be how much money you get eventually. And I put a lot of money in. I was in SAG-AFTRA during some of the most lucrative times in my career. And I don't get money from them. Maybe if I retire, I'll get money, but there's no millions waiting for me through SAG-AFTRA. John doesn't have a job.
Hockey. I never saw you on Wings.
That's right. He's got him there.
He hasn't had a job in quite some time. He doesn't make a lot doing stand-up. We know this. It's maybe a couple of $100 playing some shithole in Omaha, Nebraska. And
so Anthony was making millions of dollars a year and paying in to the union and saying, there's not a lot of money to be made here. John admits himself at his peak he was making $400,000 a year, and then it all went down from there. And that didn't last very long at all. So John doesn't have enough money to retire on. And we know this.
What fools like you and Anthony don't know, they pay you, the SAG-AFTRA pays you on the prestige of the job. Anthony worked at WNEW and Sirius XM. John worked for the Tonight Show.
That's
it's a
right.
bigger deal.
That's right. They're like, oh, Jay Leno's the host of the show? Well, then we'll give you 50% of what you invest. Sure, why not? By the way, I want to point out that, Jake's here, so it's fucking me up. By the way, Adam Bush is in the chat. I believe Adam Bush and I will be doing an emergency episode on this very channel tomorrow, covering John's final episode.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, that will be early in the day. I do the Creep Off bonus show Fridays at noon, probably shortly after that. So look for us around 1:30 Eastern time. We'll be covering what happens tonight. I don't know if John started up yet. We have 1,800 people watching live, so I doubt it. John's usually late to his streams, so I would not be surprised.
Ooh, is there a possibility? Let me throw this out just because you said that.
Uh-oh.
He got all of us.
There is no final show?
There is no show. He got us all excited, and you know how excited we were.
There's literally no possibility of that because John knows he will make hundreds of dollars today.
Damn. All right.
He will make hundreds of dollars. And to John, that's a big deal. That goes a long way.
There's gold in those hills.
All right. I want to talk about this Rodney's gig this weekend, this Saturday night. Someone offered the Isotopes to come and play on the street after the show.
Oh.
Is that how that works?
Hang on trash cans?
I guess. But at this Saturday night is the big comedy show, the return of Kevin Brennan to the stand-up stage. And then you got Bob Levy. You have, I believe, Barry Ribs, Chad Zumock, Ray DeVito. Is that the lineup?
I gotta say, we're grading on a scale here. That's a better show, right?
Well, yes, Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy.
Bob Levy, yeah.
right
Kevin
there.
Brennan hasn't done comedy in God knows how long, but
Yeah, no. If those two on a show, I'd go to that show.
yeah.
If it was convenient for me, I'd go to it. I'm not going to travel to Manhattan for that show,
No,
obviously.
no.
But no, of course not. But that's supposedly the show this Saturday. Now, I've also heard Kevin say he's not going to do it. I've heard Chad bail on it, Bob bail on it, but now they're back again. I don't know.
Okay.
It's the crazy thing about this is I don't know what Ray's deal is ever, but I know that Ray lives in Cleveland. I know that Chad lives in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
The idea that it makes sense for them to be on this comedy showcase show in Manhattan, like, could it possibly pay enough to cover their travel expenses? It can't. It doesn't.
That's what I said about John, but I will again say this about Chad and Ray. They probably both at least have the option to play other clubs while they're there.
Right.
Like John would never even think of going to the Stand or whatever other club in the city. But like Chad and Ray, I assume can work most of those in the area.
Maybe.
I would think, right? No.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of clubs and a lot of time slots. I'm sure they can work their way. I know Chad, or not Chad. I know that Ray has a lot of connections. He usually performs at the Stand and stuff. So yeah, you're probably right. But like Anthony was just saying though, John makes hundreds of dollars at best playing in Nebraska or Iowa or something like that. So the idea that stand-up is lucrative for any of these people is insane.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense that they're doing these one-off gigs. So even this show, if they end up selling out Rodney's, maybe Bob and Kevin split a couple thousand a piece, and they're happy with that.
Yeah, I the main thing I don't get is why. So in their mind, like when they set up this show, they were like, "Oh, well, Rodney's is just the place to be." Like all you guys are just going to show up again and make it a fun.
That's the funniest part.
Why do it at Rodney's again?
They're calling it Rodney's 2 or something like that. It's like, no, there's nothing to do with the venue. There's everything to do with Stuttering John being there and Anthony announcing that he was going to be there. That's why we all showed up.
Or maybe next year it would be like, oh, we're getting the gang back together. It just happened like a month and a half ago.
Right. Yeah. It'd be one thing if Kevin and Anthony are having this big feud and Kevin's like, I'm doing stand-up. And Anthony's like, I'll be there, motherfucker. Like, okay, right. Then we get something going again. But this just seems like they're trying to piggyback on something that they wish they had been a part of in the first place.
It's just a bill that you could see on a regular night in New York. Like, hey, Bob Levy, Kevin Brennan, and Ray DeVito are doing stand-up.
Listen, no offense to Kevin Brennan or Bob Levy. I obviously let you guys know. I've obviously let you know that I think highly of both of them. I bet there's a better show at the Cellar that same night.
Oh, I would.
Maybe not on a Saturday. Maybe the Cellar does better on the weekdays when people are in town.
Yeah, but still, I would almost guarantee it. Yeah.
Yeah, the Fat Black Pussycat probably has a better lineup of comedians. But, I'm just saying. All right. This is Tookie on his show, Tookie Soup, calls Rodney's to find out how many tickets are sold, but he calls him as Kevin Brennan, and this is brilliant. I was so blown away by this. And I should point out, the reason why Tookie's even doing this is because Kevin Brennan loves to call comedy clubs. And that's how many tickets were sold. He did this with John Melendez. We found out there were 16 tickets sold before Anthony announced he was coming, and then all of a sudden it sold out.
It's a big help, yeah.
But Chad does this. Like, these guys love to call comedy clubs. Like, Chad does to Ray DeVito, and they all, like, bust each other's balls by calling the club and being like, hey, is anyone going to this show? Who even cares? So this is what Tookie is doing.
Rodney's Comedy Club, how can I help you?
Hi, this is Kevin Brennan. I'm headlining there on Saturday, and I wanted to know if there were still tickets available. This is my big comeback!
Mr. Brennan, I haven't seen you in a long time, man.
I love that. Mr. Brennan?
For what Tookie's doing, it's a fun impression. It does not sound like Kevin Brennan.
No, but this guy's like, Mr. Brennan, good to hear from you, my friend.
Kev, what's happening, man?
We're excited to have you.
Also, this guy doesn't for a second think like, why is he calling a regular line if he's performing here Saturday?
That's hilarious.
Thank you. Well, I'll be there
Welcome
on
back.
Saturday. Hopefully there will be people there. Can you please let me know if there will be people there? Also, I'm on my podcast live, Misery Loves Company, and I want to prove to these hacks that I can sell tickets.
Yeah, man, you're selling pretty well. You're doing a good job.
Oh no, are we close to selling out?
You got some ways to go, but
Oh, no!
you're about a third of the way.
Okay. How many does the room hold?
175.
Oh God, I think. So about 60 tickets were sold?
Just about.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. And Chad knows 20 of those losers. They're all fucking losers. Are they going to have better security this time than the time they had Stuttering John there?
Yeah, no, for sure. We've upgraded quite a bit.
Big black security guards. That's what I need.
The biggest and the blackest.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Security was not the problem at the last time. The problem was the headliner jumped off the stage 8 minutes in. So they didn't get a chance to put checks down for people to pay their bills.
No, they didn't shoot Tommy Jordan after he ripped up the paper.
Right, yes. He should have been the death penalty. That's what he should have had. Anyway, it's hilarious to me that you can just call Rodney's and ask how many tickets have been sold for a show. They just offer that information immediately.
I mean, why would Kevin Brennan call the main number?
Why would anyone? Why would they? This is what you say if you're a venue. Hey, are there tickets available? Yep, you can buy tickets. Can I interest you in some? Well, how many can I buy? How many do you need? It's like, what are we talking about here? Why am I giving you this information?
110?
Well, right. In this case.
All right, thank you. You were wonderful. I'll see you on Saturday.
All right, man. Take care.
Later.
Oh, that was easy.
Yep. We've seen, they've shown us how easy it is to get information out of Rodney's.
I sold 60 tickets. And Chad knows 20 of them. That's fantastic.
You actually believed you were Kevin.
That was weird. I don't know. You think he really did?
It seems like it.
Oh, I'm so talented. It's disgusting.
I had to play that part where Rocco's sucking his own dick for a second.
Those guys seem like a fun time to do a show with, those two.
You should do a show with them sometime. I've done it. It's a lot of fun.
I can never get both of them in the same room, but
I actually never get an invite. It'd be cool, one day.
Tookie always says you don't know how to banter. That's the only problem.
Motherfucker. Is that what he said? Is that what Tookie is he still in the chat? I will murder that. All right, so let's get into the controversy around this Rodney's gig. I know that you're on pins and needles, Mike, even though you didn't tell me anything about it. But it sounds like Chad's trying to get something going. NJ Ranger is a guy who's been in the chat for a long time. He's got his own stream now. I saw him at Rodney's 1. Is that what we're calling it? Rodney's 1. I saw him at Rodney's when John did his show there. And Chad always needs some controversy, some juice.
I think I'm going to buy something where I can stream myself because you don't know what's going to happen. Apparently somebody messaged me. I don't watch their show. I don't give a fuck. Is the NJ Ranger dude. He says he's bringing his gun. The guy's so desperate to try to get something going between me and him. I don't. Here's the thing, dude.
He's another one of these guys, just like John Melendez. I haven't seen it yet, but I hear Shuli saying he's going to stalk me.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, that sounds harsh.
Right. Like, yeah. He's just like, I haven't seen the clip yet, but apparently he's on YouTube saying he's going to bring his gun and shoot up everybody. It's like, well, maybe you should watch the clip. That sounds like something that nobody would say.
Right.
On YouTube.
I don't watch you. I don't give a fuck. There's no me and you. Okay. So whatever you're saying about me, like one person will tell me. Literally one person will tell me.
You know, what's funny about that is Chad's trying to insult NJ Ranger and being like, only one person's even telling me what you're saying. That also reflects poorly on Chad because maybe he only has one person who gives a shit enough to tell him anything.
Well, I guess he's saying no one watches NJ Ranger.
But no one watches Chad is my point. Yeah, but who would give a fuck if I was watching NJ Ranger who's going off about Chad?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, well, I got to let Chad know about this. I'm not going to watch Chad's show. I don't care.
It's fair.
And I'm like, oh, cool. Great. But he's like saying he has a gun permit and he's bringing a gun. I'm like, for what?
For what?
I have an idea of what he's threatening.
yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know for sure. But.
He wants to see if you want to buy it. He's trying to make some cash. Why is that?
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, so yeah, NJ Ranger, like, I'm not interested in a back and forth with you. I know you and Schmiel love that stuff. I know Spiel Buckman's always trying to get something going with somebody. I'm not interested. Okay.
By the way, Chad's always interested in getting a back and forth going with people. He's reached out to just about everyone to try to set up different works and try to get things going with people behind the scenes. Like this, that's Chad's MO. But all of a sudden with NJ Ranger, he's too good for him. So fast forward to MLC, and Chad and MJ Ranger are both on MLC to discuss this very thing that's that he was just talking about. Let's see what he has to say.
Tell me how it is. Tell me how it is.
You're the one who calls balls and strikes, right?
Tell me how it is, Ranger. Okay. You're such a
diligent. Are you going to bring a gun to Rodney's? Yay or nay?
No. Nay. Okay, this asshole.
Are you going to have it in your car? Are you going to have it in your car?
No. And why is that? Because Chad said earlier that I said that I have a concealed carry, when in fact I put the ID picture up. I said this is not from a concealed carry. Okay. So when Chad
I didn't watch it, someone told me about it.
So this is great. Already, Chad's like making all these accusations. NJ Ranger's gonna show up with a gun. He's threatening this stuff. NJ Ranger's like, I did nothing of the sort. And Chad's like, well, I don't know. Someone just told me that happened. Well, then you should definitely report on it on your show immediately. No one's ever lied to you before, Chad.
Hey, you didn't play it on your show?
So then just fast forward a little bit to them mixing it up a little bit more with NJ Ranger.
Oh, okay.
Shoot
Chad,
from the
do you
hip.
remember?
That's not what to say.
Do you remember when a certain wheelchair imprisoned?
By the way, if you heard someone screaming in the background that no one cared about, that's Ray DeVito, who's also on the stream. I don't keep up with MLC anymore. So Bob Levy's on the show, Ray DeVito, Chad Zumock. I don't know how anyone believes in any of Kevin Brennan's beefs with people.
It's funny. I was like, there's a lot of action going on the stream, but I feel boredness creeping in. I don't
yeah, it's like everything just goes round and round. There's a few people who Kevin doesn't talk to anymore who don't go on a show. That'd be me and Patrick Melton, because we have better things to do with our time. But these Ray DeVitos and Chad Zubaks of the world just keep crawling back.
Yeah,
remember when a certain...
Just to comment on the argument that's happening here, too, because Chad didn't play the clip and he took it out of context, whatever. This is exactly what John wants. I get like a world where no one plays clips is just leads to people like John or Chad or any of these guys like reporting on the news themselves, so that they can just be like, I was threatened, and then there is no evidence to suggest otherwise.
Aaron Imholte is the best at this. He never plays the clip. He tells you what happened based on his interpretation of it, and then that's the truth. It's like, yeah, this sucks. Play the clip. Show us what you mean. What are you talking about?
Wheelchair imprisoned gentleman lied about you having a gun and tried to involve the cops. That was a bad thing. I think that we all agree on that.
Yeah.
Okay, so why the fuck are you trying to do the same to me?
Because good point, NJ Ranger. She's like, remember when Quadfather said that you might be armed when you were outside Mersh's house and you had a problem with that? Why are you saying on your stream that I'm going to show up to Rodney's with a gun? Doesn't that seem kind of shitty?
I'm noticing that. I like Chad. I don't have a reason to dislike Chad really, but I notice a lot of the stuff that he takes umbrage with. I later find out he's doing it himself.
Right. He doesn't really have any strong convictions in this world. He just kind of does whatever he wants and complains about whatever he wants. But let's see his response to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so why the fuck are you trying to do the same to me?
Because you brought it up right when I said, come say something to my face. Like, that's the first thing you went to. Firearm.
Excuse me. When you said, say it to my face, I was in chat. I said, I will be there with bells on. When I played on my show, I said that. By the way, you think that I'm going to catch a gun charge to deal with you?
Who knows? New York City. I don't know who you are.
Okay.
But I know nothing about you.
Will you have bells on?
Good question, Bob. I'm glad Bob Levy's there to bring some levity to it.
I hope this guy's headlining Saturday.
Yes, I hope so too. I said I'd be there with bells on, but will you have bells on? I'm just gonna have the noisemaker. I was gonna show up with the noisemaker for KB's set.
That's a good bit.
We still is a very good bit. We still have some steel toe stuff to address. Aaron's been talking about me a lot this week. He's very upset that This Little Piggy hasn't happened in a little bit.
Yeah.
Over 1,700 people watching right now. Hit like, hit subscribe, and go to supertip.gg/WATP like my man Mark Davis did. Of course, Jerry is a better friend. He covered up the disappearance of John's cats, and he stored and managed John's car insurance and registration. It's all about favors. It's all about doing favors for John. And it's funny because Shuli did a big favor for John when John left his VHS tape in Vegas. And Shuli went and tracked it down.
I meant to say this when we were talking about the restraining orders. The funny thing would be if John got a restraining order on you and then just followed you around every time you're in Cape Coral.
Oh, right. And then he'd be like, why is he in here?
You had to scurry out of every store. You'd have to leave your home every time you went to 7-Eleven. It'd be a great day.
Cops would show up at the Target that I'm at. He's like, do you know that John's just 2 aisles over? I'm like, no, I had no idea. Fuck.
That's what you do.
That's pretty funny. Dame Taft movie show coming in.
Carl, rub your bald spot against Mike's round alabaster belly for our enjoyment.
That was producer Chris's voice?
It was Black Chris.
I guess so.
Hey, baby.
Teddy Scheckler, 5 pounds, baby, pounds. A great show so far, guys. Dan is always in Bacon Bits chat, threatening to tell his daddy John to strike. Oh, see? There you go. Makes sense. Trent Pivo. Hello, friends. Oh, by the way, speaking of Corky, getting back to Teddy Scheckler here. I don't know if I should say too much, but Lucy Tightbox has been researching that lawsuit that Patrick Tomlinson had against $2 Dan and all the other subreddit people. So we're going to do an episode breaking that down and talking about, because for whatever reason, Corky's asked about this all the time. He never has any answers. We're just goofing on a guy. I sent a DM once. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot more to it. And I've seen some stuff already.
Which, as an outside observer that knows pretty much only what I heard Lucy say, like, because I look at this stuff going on with you and Shuli, and I can see how an outsider would be like, well, they must be harassing this guy.
Right.
So it makes you wonder, like, oh, maybe there's more to Dan's side of the story, but he's never said that to my knowledge.
That's the problem. Like, Dan is hiding something. It's very obvious. We're like, well, what did you? I was like, well, what did you do to make this happen? He's like, I sent a tweet once. You're like, well, that's obviously not the truth.
The best was when Ava said, "What would Patrick Tomlinson say if you asked him why he was doing?" He'd probably say he's a thin-skinned pussy that's just afraid of getting made fun of.
John, do you believe that that's what Patrick would say? I wasn't there, Ava. I wasn't there. The dumbest thing John's ever said. Anyway, we're going to be breaking down that lawsuit, the Patrick Tomlinson stuff, how Corky was involved. And I'm excited to say my buddy Kaya Orson, Kaya, who's not been on the show in a little bit of time, is going to join us because he is a Patrick Tomlinson expert.
Oh, good.
Yes, he's been following him for a long time.
I'll be curious to learn about this.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited about it. Bo beats Black Sheep. Fairly new to the Dabbleverse. What's Jake Hudson's backstory? Jake is slow, but moves quickly through his trailer.
Okay, good.
He likes to walk around with his camera. Frostbite Gaming. God damn, I hate when all these words are connected. It's hard to tell. Frostbite Gaming says the Duke is late for his live. Yeah, I knew it.
He might not be showing up.
Mike, no, there's too much money on the table. There's no way. There's no way, Mike. He's going to be there.
And then
I think he's going to go late into the night. That's
as mysteriously as he arrived, he was gone.
Michael Palorito with $5. Have some money. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for giving us that money. Very generous. Very much appreciated. All right. You sent this one over, Mike. You said, did Aaron win?
I need an answer from you. I sit around on Fridays. I wait for this little piggy.
As most people do. And we didn't have a show this past Friday. And so Aaron has a question about that.
I was watching Misery Loves Company. I like Kevin Brennan. I never won't like Kevin Brennan. But I was watching his show, and like it's so pathetic to watch Karl, who, by the way, gave up on his weekly Aaron Cope session this week. You hate to see it. I've officially broken Karl, and probably for the last time. I mean, if he doesn't do a weekly Cope session this Friday, it's over. I mean, that's him tapping out. That's him giving up. Karl has to do a show this Friday. If he doesn't do a weekly Aaron group therapy session show this Friday, I am taking it as his surrender. I will hang his sword from here. I will accept it as his white flag and declare my official victory. Now,
God damn it. Mike,
what?
I wasn't going to do a TLP tomorrow, but Aaron's manipulating me into having to do it because I'm very easily manipulated by other dorks on the internet who tell me what to do.
He's left
feel
with
bad
no
if I don't do it. Yeah, he left me with no choice. Now I'm going to have to do This Little Piggy, or else Aaron will declare victory. And gosh, I don't know if I could face my family on Mother's Day.
Quite a pickle he's put you in now. Do you do the show or not?
He's really caught me in one. I have no way of escaping from. God damn it. He's so smart, this guy. Can I just point out, Aaron's very childish.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron is a guy who likes to play games and change the rules as he plays them so that he always wins. So when we were doing This Little Piggy regularly before Hackamania, leading up until Hackamania, so
I remember.
very recently, Aaron would say, well, they need me. I'm box office. These guys, they can't make money off their YouTube streams unless they're talking about me.
Yeah.
So Patrick Mullen stopped talking about him on his show, and Nobody Likes Onions. I stopped talking about him on Who Are These Podcasts because every time I put out the segment of Aaron that we done on Who Are These Podcasts, no one watched it. No one cared. I couldn't get people interested in Aaron.
Yeah.
So we kept doing This Little Piggy because that's where people who want to hear us talk about Aaron would come and watch. But, obviously Patrick, he's got the back problems. He hasn't been back on the internet since Hackamania. I did a show with Moody and Adam Bush, but it's been touch and go with what's going on, and we don't find Aaron all that interesting. And so now Aaron's like, well, if they don't talk about me, then I win. So if we talk about him, he wins because he's box office. If we don't talk about him, he wins because I'm scared or I've given up or I don't know. What did he just say? I forgot. What was his reasoning?
You lost. I didn't.
Yeah. Some surrender or something. I don't know. Make that make sense, Aaron. How is that possible? If I talk about you, I'm a loser. If I don't talk about you, I'm a loser. How do you figure?
I took it, and I suspect you maybe thought the same thing as you listened to it, that Aaron, I think, wants you to do a show.
Oh, he needs me to do a show.
I've heard, I may dig into it for this weekend. I'm not sure yet. I've heard there have been some goals missed.
Mm-hmm.
Late, and
he's missing goals by a lot.
That may coincide with the lack of interest because of This Little Piggy. So I think, and Aaron, unlike a lot of these other guys, has some broadcasting know-how.
Sure.
I think he, more than many of the other people we cover, is aware that something like This Little Piggy is ultimately good for a show like this.
Radio Wars were used a lot because it brings up the ratings of both shows.
Mm-hmm.
People who don't like the show want to hear what they're saying about what this guy said, who doesn't, do you do like their show? So it gets a audience going to both shows. And Aaron knows he needs This Little Piggy to exist or else he's irrelevant.
Right.
The Dabbleverse has moved on from him. We don't care. As much as he cries, he's got his own audience and everything's going great. He is missing goal after goal after goal. His numbers are way down. Someone bought views for him the other day. That was exciting. His numbers are way down. And I just heard him say the other day, because I check it on Reddit, I heard him say that he only makes 50% of his revenue from the goals and donations to his show. I've never heard that in my life before.
What is the rest?
I don't know. Is it the Rumble ad reads?
No.
I don't know. I'm at a loss. Does he have a Patreon? I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I've never heard that in my life.
Right. This is a brand new thing. All of a sudden, the goal isn't that important. I was like,
I've heard
what?
This show runs on goals. We need the goal. This show doesn't survive. We have to go away without the goal.
This is a small show that needs your support to keep it going. And all of a sudden, it's just like, I don't need you guys to give me money. It's fine.
So if he misses $5, that's $5 from, like, let's say he's $50 away from the goal.
Yep.
That's now kind of like being $25 away. because it's only half his income.
Good point.
He thought it was the entirety of his income.
Yeah, so why was he stressing out? Why does he stress out so much when he's $40 away, or sometimes he misses by $30 and he's freaking out, throwing a temper tantrum?
Yeah,
it's only 15.
So what is there This Little Piggy tomorrow? Are you done? Are you running away in fear?
So as I mentioned, I think I'm doing an emergency show about Stuttering John's final broadcast.
Right.
That might take precedent over Aaron missing the goal for the umpteenth time, or Aaron talking about me and Dr. Steve ad nauseum this week. He brings up my name on every broadcast now. He needs my attention so badly. And Mike's the one who sent me this clip, so we're giving it to him. Don't worry. Aaron, we're talking about you, buddy. You're back in the zeitgeist.
He also, there's a thing he does where he talks about your show in a manner that, like, he's not a guy that tried to get on the show and was a fan. literally, I have a DM from Aaron that says, "Who are these socials?" is a great addition to the "Who are these" universe.
I know. Aaron had me on his show. He invited me to be on his show. He interviewed me for an hour-long interview. He wanted to get on Who Are These Podcasts. At the end of that interview, I go, "Aaron, I'd love to have you on Who Are These Podcasts." And he's like, "That's all I needed to hear, man. I just wanted an invite." That's so exciting.
It's just
now he
funny
acts
to be like, "Oh, these scum shows, these dirtbags that have nothing to talk."
Yeah, it's amazing.
As his white flag and declare my official victory. Now, the war's been won for a long time, but he's kind of been hiding out, like the Japanese on Iwo Jima.
I podcast too often, Aaron. I'm hiding out.
Where are you, Carl?
I was just in Vegas at Hackamania. I was on 3 different shows. 4 if you count the costume contest. What the fuck are you talking about?
You're on 3 different shows, and half the shows are reading things from these assholes.
Right.
You could easily be like, "Hey, coward, why aren't you talking about Aaron?"
Yeah, I'm on live all the time. Oh, and also the fact that he's hiding out all this shit. I've invited myself onto Aaron's show many times. Aaron can come on this channel. We won't do any funny business. I know he has an HRO active or whatever he's got with his current probation. No funny business. I'm not looking to get him in trouble with the law. It's not what my deal is. I would just love to call him on in this bullshit because he'll never accept that challenge. He'll never come on and talk to me live because he knows he's lying to his audience.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of anything he can say to me. He's afraid of what I can say to him because I can show numbers. And he's full of shit. Everyone knows it.
And that's what I'd be curious to see. Like, not that I wasn't curious when you talked to John, but it just becomes John screaming over you, John threatening to leave, whatever.
Hold on. John and me was a pretty good back and forth, but go ahead.
Oh, no, but I'm saying, like, you can't argue with John, I guess is my point.
Right, yeah.
With Cardiff and Adam Bush, we saw it a couple months ago, where he just yells and changes the story and all that. Aaron is at least a human being, so that would be interesting to see him kind of have to face that. He'll
never do it.
The theatrics of John wouldn't be there, I guess is what I'm saying.
Right. He'll never do it.
Right.
Aaron, talk about me surrendering. Talk about me, you giving me the white flag or whatever the fuck you're talking about. Come on this show. I will schedule it for any time you want. Whenever you want to do it, we'll do a stream on my channel. If you're afraid, I can go on your channel. If you're not afraid, don't care, let me know.
Until the 70s. I mean, this Friday, if he doesn't do a weekly Aaron Cope session, I think we got to hang that sword above my mantle and say, another win for the toe.
He wants it too badly. This is the thing. Sometimes when you're playing poker, I know I make poker analogies a lot. Sometimes when you're playing poker and a guy goes all in and you're looking at your chip stack and you're looking at your cards and you can tell the guy wants you to call him. He's just like, "Hey, man, you got the money. You can fucking take." I mean, what's the difference, you know? I mean, you'll still be in the game, and if you lose, go for it. Go all in. That's what I'm like, oh, this guy has got me beat. Okay. He obviously wants me to go on. I know for a fact Aaron needs me to be on This Little Piggy tomorrow. He needs us to talk about him. It's so obvious. I'm calling his bluff. It's pathetic that he thinks he can manipulate me like this. He can't. I'm smarter than him.
There's a Twitter account that follows Aaron that I think tagged me in something and said that Aaron said something to the effect of, I'm the only one of these guys that accurately quotes his enemies and doesn't twist what they say.
No way. Did he really?
It was something. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to that. There was a tweet. I think we were both tagged, and I'm not.
Then I don't look at Twitter. Then I have to play this clip because this kind of shit kills me, and I hate addressing this directly because that's what he wants me to do. So I'm just falling for the exact thing I said I wasn't going to fall for. But fuck it. Since you brought that up, Aaron is lecturing the quartering on the Quartering's IRL streams. He was watching this clip of the Quartering is like Jeremy Hambley.
Only through you guys talking about. I don't know much more than that.
Okay. It was, 2 million subscribers on YouTube. Very popular streamer. But he was doing this live stream from a Renaissance fair, and he's just like commenting on girls' boobs and stuff. It was kind of cringe. And so Aaron gets on and goes, if you guys want to know how to live stream or how to do IRL streaming, I should say, I know all about it. Now, if you remember earlier in the year, there were all these protests in Minneapolis. And so Aaron went down there and filmed it and streamed it live to his YouTube channel. Got tons of views because these protests were violent and people were being murdered by ICE. You remember this. It wasn't that long ago, right? So
Thanks
people were watching.
I heard about it, yeah.
No, I don't think it was. Oh, yeah. Aaron sort of told you that this was happening.
Coverage.
Well, Aaron thinks that he's the reason why people were watching his streams. Like he was so brilliant at doing the IRL streaming rather than just being one of the YouTube channels that was showing it live if you were interested in what was going on with the ICE protests. Anyway, with all of that said, this is what Aaron had to say recently.
That's the thing about like when you try to do those IRL streams, less is more. Take it from a guy who went viral for his protest coverage. There are some things that I'm allowed to give advice on. All right?
You're already laughing. This guy's such a fucking know-it-all. It never stops to amaze me what he will tell you how to live your life. I've never been to jail, and he tells me how to live my life. He thinks he knows. He thinks it has anything to do with anything other than his proximity to a major news event going on in the United States.
Guys, take a knee. Listen to the
yeah. Let me explain how this works.
Veteran.
It's amazing. He hasn't done any IRL streaming since the protests. He hasn't gotten any views from that since the protests, but he knows all about it. Okay, let's hear him out. What does he have to say?
Right. I got more views on my shit already this year than any of those Dabbleverse guys. Pick your show. I got more views than any of them will have. All right. And that's just on my secondary platform of YouTube. Probably over 1 million for the year already.
All right. So
on the first platform, he has significantly less than that. But
I feel gross saying this. But since Aaron threw it out there that he has these inflated views on his YouTube because he got some of those videos have over 100,000 views of him just doing the live stream from the protests. So now Aaron's feeling all good about himself. He's like, I have over 1 million views this year on my YouTube channel, which is better than any of those Dabbleverse shows. So as soon as I saw this, I was like, let me look it up. I don't really stare at my analytics. My YouTube channel just in this year, 2026, has 3.4 million views. And we were kicked off for a week because of Whitney Cummings.
Whoa.
I know. I'm just saying, he goes, we have over 1 million views. I have 3x that. So Aaron, if you want to come on, like I said before, I'll go through all my analytics. He says that I'm losing money. My Patreon's down. I'm not doing very well. I will pull up my analytics on YouTube and Patreon and super tips and anything else you want to look at. I'm an open book, my Google Analytics on my website, whatever you fucking want. I've never done that before. I would never do that. But Aaron talks so much shit and acts so confident about it that if he ever wants to come on, we could do that. Anyway, 3.4 billion views. That's pretty good so far this year.
You're suggesting that was sort of like Dr. Evil demanding $1 million, what Aaron did?
Yeah, the whole thing is like, you know how many views I have? 1 million views. Like, oh. All right, I mean, that's fine.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty scared of the guy, but I'm glad you at least addressed it.
Anyway, Mark Davis in Super Tip says, Aaron is at least a human being. Blind Mike 2026. Yes, that will be remembered.
It's my great championing of
that
Aaron.
Statement will be remembered. Nick in Fort Wayne, $5. Call Melton. Oh, should we call him live on the show?
How's your back?
See how he's doing.
Who is this?
I heard Tookie talking about this on his show the other day. He was just like, I haven't really messaged Patrick very much because I feel like everyone's messaging him like, how you doing? How are things going? And I feel the same way. I was texting with him the other day a little bit, but it's just like, what are you going to say? Like, you're still alive, right? All right, cool. Well, let me know when you're doing better. We'll hang out.
I guess I don't know him as well as you guys. Am I supposed to message him and ask him how his back is?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
So that was the point.
Thank God.
Mostro with 20 pesos. Mike's blind in dreams. Wait, does he dream images?
I guess I can only dream as well as I've ever seen. You know, I don't know that I would have 20/20 vision because my mind wouldn't know what that was.
Is it in full color?
Yeah. Or whatever I see. Yeah.
I know. I'm joking. John Hefner, $5. Carl, you have to be the hardest working man on YouTube. I can't get enough of this stuff. Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
There you go. That's how you get 3.4 million views.
That's right. Frostbite Gaming. The Duke is live. Oh, it's official. The Duke is live. See, Mike, it's happening. That means there will be an emergency stream on Who Are These Podcasts YouTube channel tomorrow with Adam Bush and myself. We'll probably go on early afternoon on the East Coast and cover as much as we can with John's drunken 5-hour live stream. But more important than that, who cares? This Sunday, the Blind Mike Project is live 10 a.m. Eastern time on YouTube on the Blind Mike Project YouTube page.
That's true. As I mentioned earlier, we'll be talking about Callen and Schaub and their antics. Also, Jeff Dye, I touched on it a little last week, that Jeff Dye got cut out of the Kill Tony Netflix episode.
Yes.
And his response is the craziest. He literally says he's the only good comedian that was on the show, and they cut him out.
I can't wait to hear his excuse for this, because he's just like, if I'm in front of wrestling fans, I'm going to fucking crush it. And immediately Tony Hitchens comes up and he goes, we're not using any of that. Anyway, moving on.
It's a wild response, so we'll cover that and much more. I did an interview with Jake from Joke World, who's a big comedy news YouTube channel. I thought that was pretty interesting. I posted that just kind of randomly yesterday, so if you didn't catch it, go check it out. And Why Are You Laughing next week will be Jim Norton. If it's up now for members, if you want to see that. So
excellent.
That's it.
And of course, whoarethese.com for all things Who Are These podcasts. I definitely appreciate, we've had a lot of people getting memberships on our YouTube page, which is all the bonus shows and the Saturday shows that we do, whether it's members only or under our post tab. But patreon.com/Who Are These podcasts is a great place to support the show, but it gives you so much content. We've been on there since 2019, and all of the back catalog is on there. Living in the Past with Stuttering John, the current series we're doing about John's old podcast episodes before the Dabbleverse, the Why Are You Laughing? Not Why Are You Laughing. That's your thing you do. Holy shit! What's the name of John's book?
I'm
easy
sorry
for you to say.
Easy for you to say.
Easy for you to say. All the old episodes of us breaking down the audio book are up there. So patreon.com/Who Are These podcasts. For all of that, we appreciate the support. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, Dabbleverse Live, we rotate back and forth between Mike and my channel every Thursday, 4 p.m. This is also an audio podcast. So wherever you listen to audio podcasts, look for Dabbleverse Live. And I usually load it up Thursday nights, sometimes Friday mornings, but you'll have this to listen to if you miss it or enjoy audio podcasts like a lot of us do still.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I mentioned 3.4 million views on YouTube so far this year. Natural Negativity, $5, 3 million. And it's not even your main platform. Imagine your podcast addict numbers. Yeah. Unlike Aaron, I still do an audio podcast. I mean, that's a joke, but I still do an audio podcast and we get tons of listens across all the various platforms, Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And
can't even wrap my head around what that would be.
It's amazing. I miss you, Jimmy. Blind Mike Project is Sunday appointment viewing. Unless Cardiff is on, but no, I know what you mean.
Thank you.
I looked, speaking of Cardiff, I looked up to you on Super Tip coming in.
I was only half listening, but I think SJ is now taking a drug to increase the volume of his semen.
Oh, I hope that's true. No, he's got that new chick that he's into.
I hope that's true.
I hope that's true, because I know one thing about girls. They need a lot of semen. Like, they want you to blow a load that goes on for days.
Maybe he's thinking of having kids again. That'd be exciting.
How old do you think this chick is that he's talking to?
A good point.
I think she's in her 30s. Anyway, what a show. What a fun show. We didn't have a guest today, which I think was probably pretty good.
Sorry to Beef Drip. I fucked him over. I screwed up the time.
You
and
did.
I didn't have the proper. It was my fault. I take the full blame for that.
It was all your fault.
Yes, it was.
Beef Drip is great. We love him.
Yes.
Ignore all the threads about him on Reddit. Check out Beef Tip Show.
Yes.
On YouTube.
You were on.
I was on I was Sunday night. I was on after the Sabres blowout victory.
Yeah.
I was feeling it.
Well, there you go. There's your Dabbleverse news.